announcements being posted. Postings of the announcements. Huzzah. Here we are. And are we live? We are indeed live. Hello. Greetings. Welcome. So, it's been a little bit because of sickness and whatnot. So if people want to give a recap, you are welcome to get an inspiration. I'm not expecting much because it's been a bit. Otherwise, I can give a recap. But if you guys want the inspo.
Behold, last time our intrepid heroes found themselves on this island, which the House of Valen is who we are following. A bunch of smaller noble brothers or cousins in Leopold and Malik, who seem to be going to the same clubs, the same taverns, getting their same haircuts in the place. We were inspecting a vineyard recently, which had some destroyed vines and a rat swarm coming out of a tree. Spooky. And we showed up here in the village, and funnily enough, my character was asleep while they demoted the local corrupt mayor, and made a little holiday in the name of our cool guy leader Leopold. But everyone else here is sort of like just a ragtag group of basically mercenaries, acquaintances, and weirdos. All here to make some coin for this new lesser house.
Indeed, indeed. You have definitely earned your inspiration. And speaking of weirdo ragtag individuals, as you all have gathered your wits about you after dealing with the conversation with the former mayor, you would see a figure approaching to your left. Chime, if you'd like to introduce your character and yourself. You jump there.
Yes. This is Chime. She is obsessed with, cringely enough, becoming a monster. But, she just wants to be stronger through tooth and claw. But, it's a fucking humanoid, so it's rough out there.
Mm-hmm.
But, she also hates this dirtbag town. It's dirty everywhere, smells like shit. People in that crowd have been cheering about something for hours. Ugh. Oh, but the people over there are clean. That's probably them. Pardon me, are you the, Valen Lordling? Or whatever.
Lord Valen, soon to be Mayor Valen as well. Actually, cousin, are we going with the mayor? I know we just got rid of him, but would I be mayor?
Don't you think Mayor is moving down in the world from a lord?
You'd probably call yourself like Lord Mayor or Mayor Lord. Like an unholy marriage of the two titles.
Why not just call yourself Lord? Because a Lord is essentially the same thing. And this town does not have a mayor.
If you wished for something that gave you more, that sounded more authoritative, I may suggest also Overseer, I guess.
You know, cousin, I think that's a great idea. I am Overseer Valen. And you are?
Yes, I was hired to help. I'm Chime. Nice to meet you. Hello.
Cousin, did we hire her? Which one is she?
I'm sure we must have at one point. I probably lost somewhere in the books. I'd have to double check.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome aboard. We're so happy to have you here. And
We were
what you can
waiting
bring to
for
the party.
you.
Yes, we were waiting for you. We were going to sit out, but I said no. Chime is coming.
Thank you, boss. I'm so happy that you waited for me. Before,
We went hunting. We were going hunting.
oh, we're going hunting.
Yes.
What for? Like foxes?
A cockatrice in a cave.
A cockatrice?
Its own like little background story. It's people think it's a viper or whatever, something. But definitely a cockatrice.
Yeah, so cool. They got 2 heads. Wait, is that an elephant?
That's Harold.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Is he sick? What's wrong with him?
I asked for the best gardener available, and this is what approached us.
It's awfully rude of you to question our party.
Right. Sorry. It's just, it's still working.
Well, I think it's great that we got our introductions out of the way. By the way, that's Hale over there, the dwarf. And then Jermaine, is the fine fellow sitting on top of Harold, who pointed out that Harold was Harold.
Yes.
I'm Leopold, your boss, as you said. This is my cousin, Malik. He's also technically your boss, too.
Oh, please.
Oh, the more bosses, the better.
Well, yes. Sometimes.
Yes, the more cooks in the kitchen, the better the meal, they say.
I was about
Of
to
course.
say, cousin, yes, too many cooks in one kitchen might be a bit, cramped.
Who's gonna
keep
make
it to
the
one.
chocolate fish though?
Hale, that's a great question. How about you for chat about that? Cousin, do you mind stepping over here with me real quick?
Fine.
All right, we'll be 1 second. Looking forward to the hunt, guys.
The moment they leave, Tram will spit on the ground.
Oh.
Right, talking. Gross. He will also spit on the ground.
Cousin, I don't know how to be in charge of people. I didn't go to the classes like you did.
Just for now, just assume you are just the one. Yeah. For lack of a better term, I pretend you're the captain of one of those ships your family took care of.
What if I pretend I'm Uncle, your dad? Because he was the guy in charge for a while. And then his dad was in charge. And technically you were supposed to be in charge. But then you said, oh, it's all the amazing and bad, but great. And then it's me in charge. So if I'm your uncle, then I'm in charge.
Yes, and they always had people around them that took care of tasks, though they listened. They gave counsel, sure, but they were not in charge. Let's just keep it to a single figurehead that people can rally about. And I don't think you want that to be me anywhere near that.
Yeah, weird things always happen to Uncle. Like, remember that time that house almost fell on him? And the other time where the blacksmith that he was visiting had some sort of someone threw like powder into the forge and it blew fire all over his face?
I don't think you could really forget that even if you try to, ignore it. It's kind of left a scar.
Okay, so never mind. I don't want to be Uncle anymore. I'll be you, and you'll be you, and then we'll both be you, and so then I'm in charge, and so you're in charge. This is perfect. All right, this is a great idea, Malik. You're always full of the best ideas.
As you come back, you will see Hale smashing the spit with his hammer as hard as possible.
Ugh.
Fucking cursed!
Try would be kicking dirt on it.
My God.
No,
Possessed
that's
it.
not supposed
Why
to happen.
not?
That's not supposed to happen.
Did some critter happen to walk in our midst? What's going on?
It's no matter at all. Just a little bit of a trick of the light. We could really hear you just as well. You didn't really have to walk away that far, or maybe you needed to walk away farther if you're trying to be secretive.
What did you hear?
Something classes, something. I actually stopped listening after a while.
Oh.
Hmm.
Hunt. Let's go on the hunt. There's a festival that the people here are preparing for, and Hale, you said cockatrice tastes delicious.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
It does.
That's 2 votes for cockatrice as part of the feast. I think that's enough votes. Harold, that's how voting works, right? You were telling me about that?
Yes. A vote among all the democracy.
Democracy.
But clearly your vote is the most valuable, my lord.
No. I mean, I think
that seems uneven.
Yeah, I think everyone gets a vote, and we'll count them up, and then we'll decide to do things after the counting's done. But yeah, let's go on the hunt.
Would it not be wise, perhaps maybe prepare at the very least? A cockatrice is not exactly the most peaceful of creatures.
Well, we have that guy coming with us, right? He's going to show us where to find it, and he says he's hunted things before.
Yes, but Lord Leo, is that really how you want your statue made?
I don't want what statue?
You know, yourself, once it bites you.
It's going to make me a statue after it bites me?
Cockatrice can petrify you if you get the full force.
Yeah, I read about that. That's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. No, none of that. Harold, is that what happened to you? Were you get by cockatrice?
Not exactly, but I wonder if I could be more stoned than I am now.
I'm sorry, remind me what we stand to gain by risking our lives on the very first day that we arrive to take care of our charge?
Well, firstly...
Wait, you guys owe money?
Owe money?
Yeah, you said you had to take care of a charge.
No, we took charge of remember how we fired that guy? Well, he didn't get fired. He still has a job at his schoolhouse. He just has a different job that is less of the job that he had before.
Okay.
But, first, cousin, and everyone, I guess, us doing this is good because it's terrorizing the people, and if we're supposed to be in charge of this town, then we can't have them terrorized. Secondly, we need to get to the family estate, which is in the woods, where the cockatrice is also at. And thirdly, I don't want to be in this town any longer than I have to for right now.
Yes, let's get going.
Jermaine, do you see anybody with like supplies from all the way up there, like anywhere?
Let me see.
Roll me a perception check.
That person's selling clothes, but maybe perception 19.
All right, with a 19, as you're looking around the market, much of these stalls seem to be more basic goods, food, pottery, cheese wheels, things of that nature. Less adventuring gear. However, there does appear to be one stall that seems to be somewhat potentially helpful. And that is this one right here. Oh, not on the map. This one right here. Behind of which you can see there appears to be a stout dwarven man with stone skin and what appears to be a beard that almost looks like it's like fine woven strands of metal.
There's a metal stone dwarf man over there. He's weird enough to probably have something. Everything else is just common peasantry.
Then toward the metal stone dwarf man.
Do I see any corn?
There's some corn across the other end down here on this stall.
Hold on. I'm gonna go down to the corn stall.
All right.
Come on, Chime. We're going this way.
Watch your head, Jermaine. Harold ducks under the lamppost.
Oh, good heavens.
Let's see here.
I barely hold on.
All right. I feel like the corn one's probably gonna be quicker, so we're gonna go with corn first. So, as you approach the corn stall, Hale, there's also some pumpkins and other gourds between the shop, as well as appears to be a fine rack of wine bottles. Behind the stall itself is a half-elven man, silken, long, ruddy brown hair, with tanned skin. They would look up to you. Greetings. Interest you in some fine wine for your liege lord.
No, I don't want to wind him up. I don't. Anyway, do you have any sacks of dried cracked corn?
Let me check. He like kind of ducks below the bar.
You know, the kind that you would feed animals and such?
Aye, I'm just not often, what I'm selling here. More of a back to
Hey,
the farm
food
for that.
vendor. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's see. Aha, I did indeed keep a few bags down here. So how much were you looking for?
Like
5 pound, 10
sack?
pound.
10 pounds if you have it.
Right. He will slap 2 sacks down upon the counter. That'll be 2 silver.
He will drop down the 2 silver.
Excellent. There you are.
Thank you.
Right.
Grab the sacks and walk away. Corn collected.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Meanwhile, up at the stall to the east, the dwarven fellow will look up, puffing upon a thick cigar. Greetings, my lord. Made quite an entrance you have, indeed. But, what can this old dwarf do for you?
It has been made apparent to me that should we set out to take on the cockatrice right now, we need supplies, and you seem like the guy to talk to.
Well, I certainly can provide you some supplies, yes. What were you in the market for? I've got rope, I've got pittons, I've got healer's kits, I've got rations for long journeys. Anything in particular that you're needing?
Cousin, I know you probably have an exhaustive list of things that we need, right? And Shine, you seem so well versed in dealing with the cockatrice. I mean, I'm sure you have suggestions as well of what we should get, right?
Yes, I suppose we could probably use. Well, I doubt it'll help with some anti-venom, maybe. We probably also want, I don't know, another arcane foci if we want to collect any essence from the thing.
Yes, those things. And cousin, other things?
Mm, Besides making sure our equipment is not, on the verge of breaking, I would be quite sure. Not like I really thought of preparing for such an eventuality.
A big net. We need a big net. How big of a net can you get me?
Big net. I
Yes,
could
my lord, I was going
provide
to suggest that.
a fairly large one, about 20 feet from corner to corner.
Yes, I will take one of those as well. And Harold, do you think rope would be enough, or do you want a chain?
It's a rather mighty beast. I fear rope might not be enough to contain it.
Okay. Maybe he'll look at his wallet. um, maybe just the net for now, and then the things that Chime said. Yeah.
Right. Well, for the larger net, you're looking at. You see him kind of think for a moment, kind of rubbing at his beard, looking at you, looking at Stall. For the net, you're looking at 5 gold. And for the rest, about 3 more gold on top.
Let's see. Tell me, what's your name?
Oh,
I want to get to know everyone in the town.
I
So,
am
yeah.
Barman, my lord.
Armand. No, you seem like a very solid person, Barman. Someone who I might be able to rely on at a time of need. We're going to, as you saw, even with just the mayor stepping down like he did. I mean, this is going to be a time of transition and change, and I'm really happy that I have steady people like you here to help kind of ground the community. Barman, is there anyone in this crowd over here who you're close to, or you feel um, so someone else that I should look out for? Since you're someone who's really proven to be someone special. As he looks over the crowd, I'm going to use my empathic telepathy to see how he feels and if his feelings change when seeing anyone.
All right. He'll kind of look over the crowd.
I guess it's part of a sense motive check soon, so I'll make the sense motive
You
check.
can give me that sense motive.
Sadly, it's not free. Where are my adventure skills? Here it is. Sense motive. Does not want to work. Oh yeah, when I changed the stats, they didn't want to work for some reason. My sense motive is the same as my intimidate, so I'll just use that as then I'll fix the macro.
All right.
I'm not intimidating him. I'm sensing his motive. Okay, even that one's not working. Right, none of my things work, so we'll just do 1d20.
You seem a bit puzzled, my lord.
17.
17. Alright, kind of looking him over, getting a feel for his emotional state. Most of it seems to be confusion right now. But as you see him kind of glance from the far end, you'd see him notice the stall directly across from him on the other end, next to a building there, the one with the red awning. He seems to stare over there, and you get a feeling of that's like insecurity, shyness, maybe. It's a little hard to tell the exact feeling because there's a lot of emotions kind of like peeking up and kind of fighting each other as you're looking at him. But he's definitely feeling something with whoever runs that stall.
I'll give him a look and just kind of tap my nose like I know what he's thinking. Just like, don't worry. I'll make sure that everything's okay. I know that you are looking to help me deal with this cockatrice specifically. And I'll just kind of give a nod in the direction of that. In the direction of that stall.
My lord.
Yes.
There's no, nothing, my lord. Yes. You are helping the town out, of course.
Yep.
I suppose, could loan you out the supplies for this venture, my lord.
Really?
Of course.
That's. You know what? And if the net's still good, I'll return it to you. In fact, if we catch the cockatrice, which I know we will, and I've been told by an expert that they taste really good, I'll make sure to remind everyone that we got it with your help.
Oh, that is mighty kind of you, my lord.
You're welcome. You could call me Leopold. We're friends.
Of course, Leopold.
Yeah. Or even Mr. Valen. Actually, Mr. Valen might be a little bit better. I mean, we don't want to get too many ideas, but I think, we're on a first name, last name basis.
Certainly, my lord. I do feel a particular kinsman with you.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? Thanks for the stuff. And like I said, when we get back, that net's yours again, and first piece of cockatrice is on me. All right, guys, let's pack it up and get out of here. Start walking.
Without the supplies. All right.
Gonna stay behind and pick it up.
Anti-venom rope.
Put it on me.
Oh, with the fact it's being fun though.
I think she might like you. She keeps running away whenever you get close. In my culture, there's two ways that women act. Either they run away or they kick the shit out of you.
Is
No,
that your personal experience?
Yeah.
This is telling.
You should talk her up, Harold.
I've never been one with the animals. Oh, you mean Chime there?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to think of her. She's rather crude.
But you could shape her. Like any stone.
My gods, let's get a move on you.
He will
I
take
don't
out a
know.
handful of cracked corn. You want some corn? Harold.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
You're just gonna feed corn to the elephant on the way?
Just this little bit.
I thought that was bait for the cockatrice.
It was for the cockatrice. It's me. Then my head was like, Harold would probably be like, "Hey, does this elephant eat cracked corn too?"
They got them big old molars.
All right. Regrouping with the rest of your party, you can see the tavern just up ahead where the woodsman Raph seems to be waiting out for you.
Oh, there's the fine fellow up ahead.
Oh, yeah, Raph, hey, how's it going? You know what, guys? I think that this hunt is going to turn out great. In fact, Raph, we were told about the, mighty stone thing, and Shine here came up with a great idea of getting some anti-venom.
Anti-venom, my lord. You think the beast is venomous?
I was told that it bites people, they turn to stone, and
Well, I mean, it's got a snake head, so
Well, that does make sense then. Yes, that would be important. I know a couple of guys who might be able to nab us up some and run off and grab it if you want to. I can do it now, or we can stop by on the way. The old attack.
we could get more. That's even better.
Yeah, that dwarf man. I forget his name. He gave us rope and anti-venom.
Yeah, how do you spell his name, by the way? I just put down. I just wrote it as I heard it.
It is spelt Barmund.
All right, I spelled it Bardman. Alrighty, I think. Oh, Rap. Since we're dealing with the cockatrice, do you have any supplies that we think other than just the anti-venom? Because in my book, when I read about him, the guy just kind of walks up and does some quick moves like this, and then he cuts its head off.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure of any particular moves that might be appropriate, my lord.
No, not moves. I just in general, anything we should keep. What do you know about cockatrices?
Oh, sorry, my lord. Let me consult my mind as I roll a nature check. You'd have +5. Alright. Check my DC for the cockatrice. Ooh, I fell by 1. That's a big ol' rip. To be honest, my lord, I don't know much. I heard that they, well, as you said, can turn people to stone. They are quite large chickens, with a snake's tail and fury of, a badger. I suppose, from what the stories say, they are vicious beasts, with uncaring and unflinching hatred for all that draws near them. Beyond that, there are stories say that they will sneak into the roosts of your local farms' chicken houses, and roost about.
Gotcha. So
kind of like
bad
spreading
news.
the issue.
Bad news all around. Good to know. Okay. Well, I mean, I think that's everything I need to know, guys. Y'all have anything else y'all need to know?
I'm thinking. And Harold thinks. A deep think.
While Harold thinks.
Can I make a nature check?
Sure,
I got
go ahead.
expertise in it.
Go ahead.
Adventure, right? Knowledge, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I'm unable to provide you any new information with a 9.
Is a cockatrice a beast or a monstrosity in this one?
In Unbound, it is considered a magical beast,
Ooh. I do
which
a
is
lore check
essentially
on it.
monstrosity. Sure, you can roll me a knowledge check. And nature.
Bad news, chime is done.
Are doing knowledge or
I'm not far off. Where is the knowledge check on here?
Not that it matters, but that should have been an extra +2.
Yeah.
Not sure.
11. Yeah, 11 doesn't change much.
Oh yeah, I'll figure it out.
knowledge check is under adventure skill.
Yeah, there it is.
I mean, I can just sit on the thing. Pin it down while you all, tear at it.
Alright. Thinking on cockatrices, anything in particular you want to know about them? Or do you want just basics?
Chime would actually be interested in simply the, like, how many spiders crawl into your mouth at night, sort of like pop facts about cockatrices. Real surface level worthless stuff, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Well, I will provide you this. Raph's kind of offhand comment about cockatrices sneaking into hen houses and getting busy with it is not super far off from the truth. As you kind of think about it, you would know that there is a mating season for cockatrices where they are very aggressive. Any show of any creature really is cause for a challenge. A challenge for the cockatrice to prove its might to any would be mating potential partners for the
When
cockatrice.
is mating season?
Autumn. Unfortunately, it is also currently autumn.
I was about to ask, what is this?
It is currently the 14th of September, because I believe you guys were wanting to long rest before heading out of town. So once you guys head out of town, it'll be 14th.
You know, it bears mentioning about cockatrice mating habits.
Specifically, you'll learn that they have the behavioral trait seasonal mating, which I'll just copy pasta the wording for that.
Hale, I think you might have been onto something.
Yeah.
So that's what you'd learn.
The party will get that information with unnecessary details on cockatrice mating habits. Oh, and there could be more than one of them, you know, as a risk.
It's very unfortunate for anyone in melee.
So it's a cloaca?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? I think I have a plan. All right, let's go hunting.
All right. As you guys begin the march out of town, first off, since I believe you guys were wanting to long rest before leaving, correct?
Yeah.
Everyone
I've got
hits
a
long rest
wound.
macro, as we will be doing this venture on the 14th instead of the 13th.
Yeah, it's unlucky to do it on the 13th. As someone who is lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur, I've got a plan.
I've got a plan, Arthur. Oh, I only healed 16. Oh no, I'm not at full health.
Oh my god, I can't
Oh.
spam just resting attack, rest
Before
attack.
we long rest, then I'm just gonna hit you with a cure wounds. Bam.
There you go.
Wow. Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna delay the cast so it automatically succeeds.
Mm-hmm. Slap that
How much do you
on.
cure me for?
You can just
Uh,
heal for like 8, because one cast is going to heal you up.
5d8 plus 5 or something. I think it's gonna be full.
Yeah. You
My
should be good.
non-lethal is not going away.
Let me just do a little quick test.
I wonder if my short rest will give it.
Okay, non-lethal does not go away on long rest, which is why I wasn't going away. There you go. You should be better now. I'll have to
Hey,
fix
now-
that. Parent the macro doesn't heal non-lethal.
I can explode more, guys.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right. As you all gather forth, Raph would lead you out of town into the forest where his caravan, well, not really his caravan, he and his buddy were attacked. I'm just gonna group you guys up for ease. Grab you guys' tokens. And pushing out of town, heading across the bridge and then southwards along the old farm road, you guys would eventually your guys' tokens over here. And then adjust your positioning. Alright. You all get to the map. I will need a perception check from everyone.
Perception.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, while you're rolling that, pushing into the forest, the air is crisp and cold, a marked difference from the sun-touched plains beyond the veil of the trees. The sounds of bird song is evident throughout your trip along the old dirt road that cuts through the forest here, winding its way up and up in elevation. A tiring journey, to be sure. It is only a few hours into your journey when this otherwise peaceful trip shifts. The sounds of birds' telltale sign cut short. Quiet. Quiet all around you. It is far too quiet in this patch of the woods. Soon, you see the cause. For as you round the bend, not but 30 paces ahead, you can see the site of an attack. The bloody remains of a human man dressed in simple clothes, a woodcutter's axe laying nearby, each of which have solidified into stone, while the man's upper half resides 10 paces away, off-road and half-eaten. For those who hit my perception DC, which would be Chime, Leopold, and Harold. Though this grisly scene is disquieting to say the least, there's something else that catches your eye. Each of you would notice a long black crimson-tipped feather lies nestled within some of the bushes not far from the torso of the victim. About the length of a turkey feather, it is strangely beautiful, yet monstrous in nature. And you can see the attack just over here.
Is the feather connected to anything?
No, just a lone feather.
Okay. Oof.
Careful, my lord. There's an attack.
Yeah,
Ahead
Jer-
here.
Jermaine, what can you see from up there?
It's. I keep on hitting branches.
Oh. Okay, well,
We're in the woods. And it's cold.
I think, cousin, you and I should.
Walk a distance and talk again.
No. I think he and I should shuffle. Actually, I think Harold, you have
Yes, my lord.
keenest vantage point, should approach softly, and we'll follow behind.
As you're saying this, this plan of silence is at this point when Raph would notice the body of his friend, and he would hear an audible, "Oh, by the gods!" And he's kind of like hurls over to the side and begins relieving himself from his stomach contents.
It's okay, buddy. Let it out. Let it out. We've all.
Wait, was this the guy we were supposed to meet, Raph? Like the friend that got attacked with you?
He kind of nods as he's still releasing his stomach.
Oh, this
We'll
is.
sidle over to his cousin. Man, he has that's terrible luck for that to happen to someone.
I don't think this is the time or place to really make a comment about this. I think we should just deal with the situation at hand.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I just it's strange. Like I've never been around something like that.
Kinda sits up, wipes his mouth. Ugh.
It's okay, buddy.
Fuck. I didn't think it would get him. I heard the thing and he just started running.
Raph, what was his name?
Barry.
Barry. Raph, I want you to look me in the eyes right now. I know Barry was your friend, and he was important to you. And that's all the more reason why we have to come together right now, and put a stop to that cockatrice, no matter what it takes.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Okay. Hey.
Wipes his mouth, nodding at your words. Yeah, you're right. Wouldn't do to dwell. We got a cockatrice to kill, yeah?
And the first toast, I can't offer the first piece of cockatrice because that was for Barman. But the first toast will be for Barry.
Yeah.
We'll make a cloak out of its feathers and call it Barry's mantle and honor it.
Yeah,
We'll make a tail
every
of
time,
dead
every
Barry
time
in the
I
bushes.
wear it, I'll think of Barry.
Yeah.
Barry, yes, Barry.
Yeah. Let's go kill us a fucking cockatrice.
Let's fucking go!
He was just walk forward.
Look at Malik and give him 2 thumbs up.
He kind of strides forward with a purpose in mind, and then he pauses here. Looks at the body once more. Should, let the folks back in town know about this.
Yeah,
Being buried.
we should well, before we bury him, let's check to see. I don't want you to do this because he was your friend.
Should we bury him here? It could just attract more predators. Perhaps we could transport him back in town, at the very least.
I think we should check him for clues. Now, Raph, once again, not asking you to do this. He was your friend. If you want to look away and keep watch, you can. But I think we should check him for clues to see if maybe we can figure out what happened.
Makes sense.
I think
Make sure the bird's
he
not
was-
near us.
he was parted from head to toe.
Bit further in stance on this boulder.
You know what? I think you're right, Tremaine.
Poke the petrified boot.
It is solid stone.
Wow, look at that.
I'm not so concerned about the beasts getting to him.
Well,
This here
half of them.
man's made of stone.
I check if he has any like rings or necklaces or anything on him.
Alright, you can give me a perception check for searching his body.
Well, the good news is if you start getting petrified, you can cut off your limb.
Guys, I'm
Alright.
just rolling hot. This is crazy.
God damn. Alright, with a 25 looking over the corpse, it doesn't look like he had any jewelry. A very poor man from the looks of it. Drab clothing, nothing really worthwhile. His axe does be of fine quality, though. That might be worth taking. Specifically, it appears to be a... Just make sure I have the right name for this version of the weapon, because it's... he appears to have a lumber axe of fine quality, which is a primitive weapon.
I pick it up and gauge its heft.
Feels pretty nice. Well balanced, formed well for its job. You think it is well crafted in lumberjacking.
Hey Harold, do you think you could use? Oh, I'm sorry. Harold, do you think you could use this? And I'll hold the axe out to him.
That's a fine lumber axe. Better than I can craft, that's for sure.
Beyond that, obviously you would notice the large feather, which is likely a feather of a cockatrice. Let's see. Anything else you would notice? You would notice kind of like indentations within the road here, kind of around the area that you believe are likely some form of track. Appears to be an overgrown chicken track, in fact. As if a rooster, double the size of what they should be, was walking through the area. It looks like this chicken wandered through the area, investigated the torso. As you can see that there's actually some peck holes, kind of like a beak pecking at it in the torso, and investigated it before continuing further on southwest, deeper into the highlands. With survival, you would be able to follow these tracks.
When you say oversized, do you mean like a big chicken or like presumably the cockatrice?
Well, a chicken. Let's say a chicken is size tiny for sake of argument.
Yeah.
This would be size small, I believe. So like double the size. Yeah, size small. A small creature made these chicken tracks. So likely cockatrice in size.
Gotcha. Guys, I don't know if the cockatrice killed him because its tracks are here and it pecked at it and then it wandered away. So he might have been dead before it got him.
Does the guy being bisected line up with how one imagines a cockatrice would be able to handle a human?
Their sharp talons are incredibly powerful. Him being bisected is concerning. You think it might just be due to the angry nature of it being mating season for them that it went this far. You can make a heal check on the body if you want.
I think he cut himself in half with his axe, and then the cockatrice found him.
My lord, if I could offer a suggestion.
Yeah, go ahead.
It might be possible that there is more than one of these species.
Yeah, I can't give anything with a 7, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Yeah, you know.
Well, anyway, there's some tracks heading that direction if someone's good at following tracks.
It does.
I'm a
take
natural
two to
born
tango.
tracker, my lord.
Is it just the one set of tracks, or are there multiple?
So in the area, there's actually a surprising lack of tracks. You'd see the pair of humanoid footprints of your 25, kind of like walking down from the lumber mill back to town. Other than that, there's like no visible tracks besides the ones that your liege lord pointed out. Which is just a pair of chicken tracks. So essentially one creature did this, is what you're gathering with your 25.
Well, if I might offer another suggestion, my lord.
Yeah, I mean, you're rolling hot right now with all your suggestions.
The little chicken beastie might have been the one to do this. So we might be a bit cautious with him.
I guess that's okay. I don't know. I like the story of the axe coming to life and cutting him in half, but we can workshop it a little more.
It seems a bit unlikely, my lord.
Well, I mean, when we retell the story, we might want to workshop a bit.
I agree, my lord.
Do we have any idea how far off this chicken is now? This lovely little cockatrice.
Harold will
Not here.
lean down and investigate the. How old are these tracks?
Looking down with your 25, they appear to be about 2 days now, 2 days old.
It's been a couple of days. How decayed is the body?
It's not looking good. The lower half looks like it's in pristine condition, other than the fact it's stone. But the other half, you can see that there's definitely creatures enjoying its delicacies.
Cousin,
Yes.
Harold just said this guy's 2 days dead. Should we just you know, leave him here then, and then when we come back, we'll take this bottom half and like have it as part of like a memorial or something?
Do we have any tarp or any way to, keep predators away for a bit? At least, visually, I guess.
If only we had like a shovel or a trowel.
I've got a camouflage net, my lord.
Ooh. Which one, like,
I-
toss that
It
over?
won't hide the stink, but it would hide the body.
That's like
I
good
just
enough
think-
for now.
I just think it would be a little disrespectful to, bury someone in the middle of nowhere instead of, where they belong, where their family could visit and their friends as well.
Sure, yeah, I mean, we could do that. It's just like, I can't go back now because I promised to deal with the cockatrice, and
Of course, we'll just drag his carcass back with the cockatrice, and his family
Yeah.
will cry over his rotted corpse.
I mean, it's already 2 days old, and it shouldn't take us too long to get done with the cockatrice, don't you think, Chime?
Oh, yes. Well, we have no reason to rush. Just tell them that, oh, well, we couldn't head back in time. What if the cockatrice killed again?
Yeah, it's killing travelers right now, I bet.
You know what? Great point, Jermaine. Okay, how about this? Cousin, you grab his other arm, and we'll pull the two pieces together under this like bush, and we'll just kind of put it all under there, and you can throw the net over it, and I think that'll be good.
Go-
Well, my lord, if I could offer another suggestion. My lord,
Yeah, I mean, just shoot.
I can carry the body.
Yeah, we want the stink. Make the cockatrice know that we're coming.
Yeah, if anything, we should cover ourselves in its feathers. Make us smell like it.
Yes, then it will try to mate with us.
Well,
If-
it's probably its
Wonderful
own
suggestion.
feathers.
If it's a male, it might take us for one and be even more aggressive, however.
True.
I think we leave the body here and we just kind of push it under this bush next to it, and we'll come back and get it on the way back.
An excellent plan, my lord.
And I'll make sure the family gets like a good seat in the feast, and we can even keep the stone parts of him and make it like a memorial.
Oh,
The
he's
best
coming.
part about it, the victim's family and friends will owe you.
Did anyone take the feather yet?
Yeah, I yoinked that.
Ah,
I mean, there's more than one, I think.
no,
There was
just
just
the
a
one.
single
right?
feather.
Oh no.
Jermaine, if I could ask you for a favor.
Yes.
It might not be a favor, come to think of it. Can you make me look like I'm covered in those feathers?
Oh yes. Oh, definitely. I'd rather do it closer to when you're going to need it.
Yes.
So it's a little bit of effort.
Thinking of the plans is
Do you ever? How much of you could I make? At least the front of you, the one that part of you facing the cockatrice. Maybe more.
Okay, Raph. Here's the plan. We put your friend's body in a safer location that isn't in the middle of the road. We will come back and bring him back to his family on our way back, but we can't take it with us because the cockatrice will smell us, right? And we can't bury him here because that's not cool because his family will want to see where his body's at.
Makes sense. Alright.
Now, kill a cockatrice. Kill a cockatrice. Kill a cockatrice. Come on, everybody. Let's cheer. Yeah, kill a cockatrice. Yeah.
We shouldn't be
Yeah.
cheering. We're in the middle of a woods hunting something.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Boo.
Can I have a moment, my lord?
With me or with the body?
With the body.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you, my lord.
You're welcome. No, don't sweat it.
He'll seem kind of like kneel down. His face is kind of looking away from you guys as he takes a moment.
I shall witness him.
I shall stand up.
Yes, my lord. When I'm dead, can you just, I don't know, throw my body into the ocean?
Ocean? Yeah, I mean that's what we typically do to people. Toss them in the ocean. Like close to shore, far out, like not too far, but kind of far.
Wherever the fishes will eat me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, not that I'll die, but I want to get out of the way before you, I don't know, leave me to rot on the court side of the road.
No, I wouldn't leave you to rot, Shine. I mean, technically this guy's already rotting, so I didn't leave him to rot either.
Well, I mean, for expediency's sake, I would even suggest it, but...
You know what? Your wish, my command, Shine.
Alright, he'll stand back up after a moment. He'll seem kind of like wipe his face. Alright then. Ready? See this thing through?
Listen, I don't think Chide likes us.
Maybe they're the type that just takes a bit to warm up to people, you know?
Maybe.
Or they could just be very professional, you know? To be fair, we did hire them. They don't have to like us.
I just hope that their attraction to Harold doesn't become like a workplace issue.
I suppose you'll have to deal with that if the need arises. Worrying about something that hasn't happened just means you're going through it twice.
What are you talking about back there? Are you talking about me?
No, talking
no.
about you. I'd talk about you.
Oh yeah? What do you say?
I would say, wow, they're so good looking. They look very well put together.
I appreciate your compliments, but I'm not interested.
It's okay. I wasn't doing it because I am interested in you. I am just valuing you as a person.
Oh,
Man, cousin, I think we did a great job hiring most of these people. They're getting along so well, like good friends.
Uh,
It's like all those storybooks.
well, let's just be glad. Let's just be glad my first choices just happened to, desist.
All right.
Yeah, it's strange how that happened. That was like really unlucky.
Oh, they were worthless anyway.
As you begin to continue pushing through the forest, everyone roll me a perception check.
Gonna roll a one. Gonna roll a one. Oh,
I rolled a 1!
no, you stole my one.
The inside of my eyes.
Truly. All right.
On the ground as we were walking and couldn't pay attention.
Are you guys following the tracks or the road?
I wanted to follow the tracks.
I'm following Harold, who's following the tracks.
All right.
Surely we're not going to get ambushed.
My name's not Shirley. Ha ha ha, airplane.
And that's how I lost my friend Ulrich, Raph. The giant sea monster just came out and swallowed him up. We had a good old time.
All right. As you continue pushing through the forest, cutting through the trees and beyond the road, the trees here begin to part, opening up into a sparsely wooded hillside. You can see that there are rocky, mossy outcroppings, boulders lying strewn about, with towering pillars of rock and stone. The area rapidly loses its vegetation. The what vegetation there is here, you can see, is hardy and capable of surviving in harsh environments, with sturdy bushes and thick growths of weeds, with the occasional mushroom. You can see that there's a simple game trail that cuts through the terrain. Well traveled, from the looks of it, narrow with dirt and pebbles strewn throughout, as it snakes its way through the hilly terrain and beyond. Off in the distance, you just make out a cave alongside a rocky outcropping. It is most evident the terrain around you that holds little vegetation is a place full of hiding spots, a perfect place for an ambush. This otherwise peaceful scene has its serenity broken by the spine-tingling call of some otherworldly rooster, sending your blood to ice. So, as the rooster calls out, you all would hear a faint grinding sound, followed swiftly by the earth beneath your feet rumbling as if in anger, an earthquake. And looking around, it is Malik and Leopold. The two of you would notice it first, as great tumbling boulders begin to pour down from the hillside in your direction. A rock slide. Truly a most dangerous hazard. So, you have but a quick split-second decision on what to do. Before we begin, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to make the map visible for you guys. Also, I had you guys facing for the following the road, not the other one. This is a skill challenge. Skill challenges are, by their nature, a moment where you are to describe something flavorfully of how you are to achieve a particular result. You're not looking at mechanics. Don't worry about that. Think about rule of cool. That's the name of the game here. And I will describe the situation for you, and you'll describe how you want to try to avoid, help, or otherwise get past the scene as I lay it forth for you. And that should grab your tokens. I will set a number of options for you based on what you describe. These options will provide you guys with choice of skill checks that you can make, and the skill checks will have various DCs based on whether or not it would work for the given situation. So I'll set something like a DC 14, or maybe like an 18, or maybe even like an 8, depending on what you say. If you repeat a skill, so like if someone says, I want to climb over the boulders and like dance across them and use acrobatics, I'll be like, sure. Someone's like, I want to do the same thing, I'll be like, sure, the DC's increased. Just kind of like keep the juices of like creativity flowing. I want to, you guys to have fun with this. A certain number of successes will be required to bypass this difficult encounter. A certain number of failures is like to cause. For this particular one, each failure will cause a negative event to occur, likely some form of boulder slapping you and dealing damage. There are other skill challenges where a failure might be just a point to your failure track, and X number of failures will mean something bad happens. So, like, maybe you get 3 failures, and that triggers you guys to get lost in the woods. Or 3 failures, and you fall down the ravine into a cave. Yeah, and basically, like, you lose time for your journey or whatever. This one, I believe it's fairly straightforward in that failures, the boulders will crush you, and a certain number of failures, you'll eventually just die because the damage is too much. But, again, just to reiterate the introductory scene, since the description of what a skill challenge is, you guys will need a total of 6 successes to successfully bypass this skill challenge. And again, each failure will deal damage to you guys. It will just smash you. But to reiterate the description, just to get the creative juices flowing, soon after this rooster call, there is a brief pause, followed by the sounds of a faint grinding and rumbling sound. Unsure of its source, you are swiftly given enlightenment as you see rumbling down, as if angered at your attempt to climb the hill, a score of tumbling boulders and stones rushing to meet you. A rock slide, leaving you with but a quick split-second decision on what to do. I can either go based on your dexterity score, or I can go top-down from the character list. I think for ease, if you guys have a preference, we can go for that, or I can choose for you.
I'm good with whatever.
All right. In that case, Leopold, since you are the leader here, the enacting liege lord, and all that, I need you to describe how you flavorfully avoid, or at least aid your party in avoiding this deadly encounter.
Well, as someone who's both charming and adaptable and curious and lucky, I will, as and most importantly, the team leader, I will use my ability of, I guess this would be best as diplomacy. Because the first thing that came to my mind is I have the team leader talent, which allows me to give one of like 5 commands. And so one of them, or there's 2 commands that, and you could tell me which one would be better, is there's a take cover command, which gives them a bonus to their AC, or a danger close, which gives them a bonus to their save. But I think I would probably use my diplomacy to provide out that command, to tell them to probably, to warn them of the danger and to help aid them.
Right. Seeing the tumbling boulders first, you're able to look out to your companions and give a quick shout for them to take cover and to move with purpose. Give me a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy. Splow. Ooh, that's not very good. How does luck work again? If I use a luck point, do I add just one to the roll, or do I add the value of my luck?
You would add the value of your luck modifier.
Okay. My luck modifier, not my. Okay.
hmm
Do you guys think a 14 is a pass?
No.
Um.
But you could add destiny on top of your luck modifier.
I could destiny this.
Are we allowed to share inspiration?
Inspiration from like recaps and stuff, you can give that to anyone of your choice, or you can use it for yourself. Others cannot take it from you, but you can gift it.
What was that? Say it again!
Are you inspiring me?
Yeah.
I've been inspired. Is it just a reroll?
Yeah, inspiration is just a flat reroll.
All right, guys. Take cover. Danger close. That's much better.
Oh, I couldn't hear you over the rocks!
All right. As the tumbling boulders begin crashing down the hillside, slamming in your general direction, the swift call of Leopold and the warning given therein allows you guys just enough time to rush into cover, hiding behind one of the many rocky outcroppings. However, yet more boulders begin to tumble down, and you see one beginning to crash overhead, sliding up from a hill, leaping into the air, and beginning to about to slam to where you're currently hiding. You have gained height as you continue to climb up the hill. However, you're about to be crashed by another boulder, landing in your general position. Next highest dexterity, who does not have another score that, covered the tie that you guys had, would be Malik. If you would like to describe how you aid your party.
I would imagine that are there like debris falling down ahead of the rock slide itself, or?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of
Okay.
debris, rocks fallen, and all sorts of things.
Given the opposite of Leopold, given the fact that I am extremely unlucky, I'd like to imagine that he would like try to make a run for somewhere and trip on his way and probably bring down someone with him, but in the process probably make them avoid some of the rubble.
All right. Let's see here.
Acrobatics hoping to fail?
You can give me an acrobatics, a sleight of hand, or an escape artist check.
I'll give a sleight of hand. He's probably going to try to grab onto them to try and keep his balance in that case. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not good.
You want to add your luck to it?
Sure. Oh boy. I mean, that pretty much works. That's pretty much what should happen given the circumstances.
You failed. You failed successfully.
All right. As you rush forward, trying to aid your companions in, finding a good path forward through the tumbling boulders and debris, you do in fact trip. And as you go to try to push a companion down as the boulder is about to slam into them, unfortunately, you kind of push them into the boulder as you fall face forward into stone beneath your face, as your face is just filled with gravel at this point. As boulders begin tumbling down, crashing into everyone. Unfortunately, your attempt to aid your party is considered a failure, as boulders of various sizes and small parts of cracked branches and trees begin to slam into each one of you. Everyone. Sorry. You, since you're the one who failed, take the brunt of this as a boulder kind of slams into your shoulder as you fall down. Your face being pushed deeper into the gravel, you would suffer 14 points of crushing damage, which ignores DR. Everyone else would suffer. Wow, good roll. 3 points of crushing damage, as it seems while them dropping or pushing you into a boulder. We're just gonna go with one directly in front of you. Alec would be Chime. It seems them pushing you to boulder actually saved you from an even larger boulder that would have been much more dangerous, as you only took 3 damage instead of the 14 I rolled for them.
Okay, so I take 14 here.
You take 14, everyone else would take 3, yeah.
Perfect.
Alright. And Raph has suffered 3 damage.
Doesn't know.
I don't remember how much his
How
max HP.
unlucky.
Alright. Next on the list. From there, we have a tie again. So, for the tie breaking, Harold, how do you choose to help your companions as yet more boulders begin pouring down, crashing into each of you? You see, there's a slight opening to the east where a small pond lies. One could kind of wade their way through it, or perhaps dive beneath to avoid some of the crushing boulders. To the west, there appears to be an open field kind of off to the side at a lower elevation, as a small ridge line protects it from the onslaught of boulders. There's, of course, the straight ahead path where the tumbling boulders continue to crash down.
Okay. Harold. He's part stone. He's fought boulders before. He wants to basically stand over everyone as they, gather themselves from getting pummeled, and they, run off to the side to, maybe towards the ridgeline to get out of the way. And he'll shield them with his body as they all, get to safety.
Okay.
And withstand the onslaught.
All right. In that case, you can give me a repel check.
Ooh. Okay, hold on. Where would that be?
That's under martial skills.
Martial skills. Repel. Give me 1 second to find it. Oh,
All right.
it's too powerful.
As you stand facing the onslaught of boulders, using your large elephantine body as a form of cover for your companions, unfortunately, you weren't expecting how powerful these boulders are, as one slams into your side and actually pushes you into your companions, who are all knocked off balance as each of them are slammed by the tumbling boulders. You would suffer 20 points of crushing damage, while everyone else would suffer 10. Alright, you guys have 1 success out of the 6 you need.
Come on, guys. I can't be the only one who's lucky enough to win.
Chime, tumbled over, knocked prone by the elephantine companion. You see yet more boulders beginning to crush down towards you. There is the aforementioned western open field that's kind of got coverage from the ridgeline. There is the way directly ahead through the tumbling boulders, and then there's on the east the pools of marshy water. The choice lies before you of what to do. However, you are prone currently. You may be muted, Chrono.
Chrono is dead.
It is truly a cursed existence.
Typing.
Out typing.
Oh.
Gotcha. Well, we can go for someone else while you get talked at.
It just
there we go.
ended. It just
Excellent.
ended. So it's my go to try
It's
to
your
add
go.
to our damage taken.
Yes.
Yes.
Very, very good.
Feed me pain, Chrono.
All right, we got 2 avenues, guys. I can do the good old spell check, try and harden our defenses. Good old cantrip, or I can just, I'm not about to block boulders with my body. I just try and bat away the boulders coming at me. Singular. Go for a parry.
Parry the boulder, casual.
Parry the boulder.
Parry everything.
Parry the world.
Well, it's up to you. Remember, the more
man.
flavorful, the better.
Yeah, at this point, everything's crashing down. Oh no, I had that one marked as on me. Harold's still like standing in front of all of us, right? Even if he failed and crushed us.
Yeah.
Can I just go for healing the wall?
Sure.
Just keep Harold alive.
You
know,
give
he's
me
kinda doing his job.
a restoration skill check. Or
Yeah,
heal.
we're gonna go for restoration. Fitty.
Oh my goodness.
We've rolled 3 11s, though.
I am among the collective.
Well,
No better,
One
no
of
worse.
us. One of us.
this is just sad. Alright, as you begin to form the magical incantations to cast this healing magic to bolster your proverbial elephant wall, it is not too long until a boulder just slams into your arm, nearly cracking it as you feel like if you were just a moment held just a moment longer, you might have broken an arm. The spell is lost as yet more boulders begin to tumble and crush those who lay prone beneath the large elephantine companion. That has another failure. You would suffer 21... Oh my goodness. 21 points of crushing damage, while your companions would suffer 12. These are just
Let's
so
go.
Goodness, guys. Are we going to die to boulder? Literally, is DM gonna rock spawn kill us?
Apparently.
It's possible.
Too long to
I mean-
PC.
I mean, he did say a 3-session trial, and after that,
Man. Well. Alright. Next in the line, as your forms are crushed, the boulders peppering each of you, a large tree, snapped from its roots, begins tumbling down. Many of its branches and leaves fallen off at this point. It is more just a fallen log rolling down the hill in your general direction. We have... Germaine, how would you like to aid your companions in helping against this situation?
Right. So, surprise! I am not gonna try to parry the boulders. However, I'm gonna try to use my big noggin. Looking at this
Kind of turning into a
where
little
that
bit of a
tree is
robot.
headed, and trying to think. One sec.
Oh.
I still a robot?
Better now.
No.
Better now. Okay, cool. So my idea is looking at the terrain in front of this rolling log of death, I'm wanting to use my brain and guide party to where I think the tree hop on a rock and pivot in a different direction and the light cantrip being like, go exactly here, so that will sort of Buster Keaton dodge the giant obstacle of death.
Okay.
Buster broke his arm with that one.
Give me an illusion check as you kind of spotlight a location for your companions to find a way to get past these tumbling boulders. Oh my god.
Yeah, let's go.
Your dice!
Oh my god.
Guys, am I going to be the only one who succeeded?
You only succeeded because Jake gave you inspiration, though. You rolled an 11 as well.
Oh no, it's not a high
Holy
DC. It's really not a high DC.
We are in fact
Don't worry.
God. We're
Okay,
sluggy.
well, Jermaine,
You all may
are.
fall.
That tree crushes into each one of you as you, in fact, lose distance upon this hill. You are tumbling back down near the base of where you actually began. As each of you, well, Jermaine, you suffer 10, and everyone else suffers 10. Everyone suffers 10 blood crushing damage. As the tree slams you back to the base. You look behind you and you see the safety of the forest behind you, but the way forward up the hill following the tracks still lies here.
Guys, I think on a scale of like 1 to 50, I'm feeling a 15 right now.
We've got one more action. Whoever has the
my
best
God.
luck has to do it. We
So-
just spend everything.
Last companion, Hale. How do you choose to help your companions? There is always an option to run.
Look at that. I'm going forward into the run.
As a side note, that last tree, you would hear a sickening crunch as you look around and you see that Raph is in fact dead. His neck snapped from the
Yeah, no
nearby
surprise there.
tree.
Fuck me.
No!
Two funerals.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Architress got him too!
I mean, it did. It caused this rock slide.
He died a hero. No.
That lumberjack axe is definitely cursed. I would go forward, swinging my hammer, and just try to smash the hell out of the rocks.
Alright, roll me a hammer check. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, why is that an 8?
That should not be a. You don't have a +1 to your hammer. You have something.
There's no way it's
better.
+1 to your hammer. I know you have a -1 because you're wounded right now, but what's your total bonus?
It's a 6.
A 6. You have a 5 + 7 is a 12.
Oh,
You want to
I'm
boost
gonna
that
spin
anyway?
the Destiny.
Destiny, excellent. Just check your skill to see
17.
if it's active. Why are you giving the wrong numbers? I don't know why it's giving numbers.
We will climb this hill.
Alright, spending a destiny. Oh my goodness.
That's my second one. I'm out of rest. Oh no, I long rest.
Yeah, we long rested. Yeah.
Alright, just one moment.
He's noting down the Destiny so that he can kill us with it later.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's
You guys
explaining
think
it to me.
I'm gonna spend my 1 villain point to make you have another fail. You guys all die. New characters.
Alright, destiny has been used. As I have gained 1 villain inspiration.
I'm pretty sure I saved short though, so
I'm pretty sure you did, as your hammer just slams down, crushing boulder after boulder. The trees splintered from your mighty weapon's blows. You begin to actually gain ground, pushing up the hill, as you've gained another success. You're at 2 successes out of 6. Alright. right.
Have more bad luck.
So, as you're looking up the hill, you actually begin to notice creatures begin to flee from the boulders tumbling down. A stampede of wild deer begins to pour down, crushing in your general direction as you see them fleeing from a surging tide of mud beginning to fall forth from them. So, going back to the top of the initiative, Leopold, how do you choose to aid your party in this endeavor?
I am going to look at them. How do wounds work again?
Each wound gives you a -1 penalty to your check.
Perfect. I will look at my party, and I will look at the animals and how beat up and broken we are, and I'll point at Raph and say, "He didn't die for nothing," and I will make a bluff check.
All right, go ahead and make that bluff.
He did die for nothing.
He died for nothing.
I am.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know if a destiny can save that.
It's possible.
Hey, you can roll a 6.
Use your luck too, man.
All right. I'm gonna roll the destiny and then use luck if necessary.
All right, destiny marked as used.
All right.
Normal parties fight doors. We fight hills.
Okay.
All right, you have a 15 showing.
Is that an...
I
Guys, do you think
can't
these-
reveal results until you confirm. So
Use the luck point, man.
Do
We're gonna
it.
have
Use
to
the luck
rest.
point. Don't use the luck point. You're good.
Sure. All right. I'll use my luck point. That bumps that up to it's just my luck modifier.
Luck
not my
modifier,
luck
yeah.
pool. So that's a 15 plus 3, 18.
18. All right. Destined to become king, you see your fate about to be crushed, and as you inspire your companions. Raph didn't die for this bullshit. You're going to become king. You're going to rule this nation. As each of you, with strength and resolve, manage to push forward, dodging and weaving through the antlered stampede. However, as you gained another success, you're at 3 now. You need 3 more, and then you're good.
All right,
The
guys.
pouring
all the
pile of
marbles.
mud crashes down towards you as the mudslide falls with the rocks. Next in line would be Malik.
Oh boy.
You have 3 wounds. I just realized that.
Yeah, we're fucked.
On a scale of 1 to 56, I'm feeling pretty 10 right now.
By the way, the original dice for this was D12s,
Oh,
but this particular
Mm.
skill challenge was designed for journeyman rank, so I've reduced the DC and reduced the die sizes and the die amount. So
Malik,
Ah,
what is something
I see,
you're
I
so
see.
good at that it is 3 points better than everything else?
Alright, let's see. I can sense motive pretty good. Can I
Wait,
sense
would-
motive the
would his wounds reduce his thing so that somebody else can go?
Well, we did have the animal stampede, so you could sense motive where they're going, I guess.
I mean, I'd like to hopefully try and follow the animals if they're going somewhere safe.
all right. Seeing the animals push past you beyond the tumbling boulders, you do see a few of them jump off to the west, between the or beneath the overlooking cliff that kind of opens up into a plain. It's not exactly gaining ground, but it might allow a shortcut to get past a lot of this bullshit. You can give me a handle animal, a perception, or a ride check.
Let's go for perception. That's my best shot here. Oh boy.
There we go. That ain't bad.
I mean, I think it's the first 10 or above dice you've rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's with a -3 to the usual.
Yeah. All right.
Ow.
With a 15, spotting this opening, you form your companions to rush as each of you grab hold of an antler and actually begin to push along faster with the deers around you, spotting this opening. The deer eventually shakes you off as you're now covered by the protection of the cliff. However, at this point, you begin to feel the rumbling earth beneath your feet as the earthquake seems to cause the ground to open beneath your feet as small fissures begin to open up within sinkholes in the ground. As another success, you're now at 4. You need 2 more. But as the fissures begin opening up, I need a decision from our next highest initiative, which would be Harold. How do you choose to help your companions?
Okay. Harold, he's 4-legged, he's stable. He's not knocked, unsteady by the fissures opening, but he sees his allies around him starting to falter. And he thinks, man, if only he could launch them all up the mountain. And then he looks at his tusks. Wow, what a convenient contraption for launching. And he just he's not taking any time, grabbing you with the trunk, that's slow. No, he's gonna just like a forklift, get underneath each of you and just whoosh, launch you up over the mountain.
Scoop us up like a what is that?
You guys are getting
lacrosse
flung.
stick or whatever.
All right. You can give me a bull rush or grapple attempt.
That's gonna be a bull rush. They're the same though. Come on. He's good at this.
Oof. I'm like biting my nails at this point. I'm like, oh my goodness, the guy's gonna die. But yeah, okay. Another success, as one by one you feel the shaking earth beneath your feet getting ever closer. It seems the fissure's right about to open up, but flinging your companions over the cliff to safety or relative safety, each of them are brought out of this danger, as at the last moment the ground beneath your feet is about to open up, but you're able to leap up upon the cliff, following the last of your companions, as you have managed to avoid the fissures cracking up into the floor beneath you. However, you're now near the top of the hill, and you can see the cave just around the bend, but more boulders begin to pour down. It seems the last straggling sets of them, as a very large one seems to be about to crash into each of you. Chime, how do you choose to save your companions?
Fuck.
Whoa,
Yeah, guys, I'm
hey.
sorry for the TPK. I mean,
Whoa, hey, look, we know you like Harold, but not the
Harold's gonna be fine. So is Hale.
There's children in the audience.
Hell just shrugs in 98 HP.
Some of us here, they'll be all good. Okay.
I have 15 HP, Smock.
I decided not to last time, but now it's definitely time to parry the boulder now.
All right.
It has been chosen, and more than that, I'm gonna overexert too.
Oh. All right, roll with that vitality. And you're wanting to increase the total bonus or allow yourself a reroll?
Total bonus.
Okay. So that's a DC 12 vitality check.
Yeah, does vitality checks get affected by wounds?
I believe they do. Your macro for the vitality should work appropriate.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, you don't have any negative effects, but you're unable to try that particular skill again. If you want, if you do fail the check, the parry check, you could overcome the odds, which will or not overcome the odds. Oh, no, it is that one. Which would allow you to re-roll the check, but that's only if you fail.
Negative on it. All right.
So,
well, I was just burning bad RN.
It's true. As you see the boulders beginning crashing down before you, you smash your arms together as large transmogrification begins to occur as you're ready to parry the boulders to the side, slapping the one right in front of you as you slam into it.
I have a +2 from my weapon on parries.
So that is a 16?
Yeah.
All right, as you slap it to the side, the boulder cracks, and as you see a large fissure begin to form, cracking it in half as it then pushes to the side away from your companions. And one by one, as you begin to march up the hill, slapping boulders left and right, eventually you get up to the top of the hill, and the rock slide is concluded, as you have successfully avoided the rest of this hazard. Oh my goodness.
Is really a way to put this.
I really hope this cockatrice died in the fucking rock slide as well. Oh my god.
So all the boulders are gone.
Try will turn around to look back and count the party. Good, we all made it. No one of us died.
All right.
Leopold would recognize that Raph is dead. Raph! No! He had the stuff on him!
He's at the bottom of the hill.
He's at the bottom of the hill.
Is he covered with like debris?
There's a good amount of debris on him, yeah.
Hale will just
Some
take
mud,
out
too.
the silver and toss it towards his body.
Alright, you've successfully passed the rock slide ambush, netting you guys 9 experience for it.
That's the hardest earned 9 experience we'll have.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna
Look.
do more damage than the cockatrice, honestly.
I don't want to hear the word success again for a little while.
That's fair.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
Alright.
Are we like at the top of
You are
this
now
or-
at this map. This is where you're at now. So
We just got here.
you
guys.
just got here.
Do you think? I know the cockatrice is important and everything, but I think we could take like a quick break. I need to catch my breath, and I don't
You
feel
look like
so
you're
great.
about to die.
I'd like some.
Yeah,
It's like Malik's back there. It's like it's your first rock slide or something.
Well,
I'd like to get some time to find some of the teeth I lost back there.
Hale will rip off a broken fingernail and flick it away. God,
Oh,
I didn't
How
know
long
that was
is
an
a,
amateur.
how long is a short rest, Ian?
Short rest is an hour.
Do you think we'll be good to just take a quick break for an hour, guys?
right.
Yeah,
You,
set out some bait.
you recover some mana on short rest. You guys have restoration too, right? We could probably throw out some light heals, and I mean it's not gonna help the wounds, but
Yeah.
How's magic work?
Harold's
I-
gonna.
I believe
Place
if we're
down
not
some
currently
traps.
under duress for not upcasted spells, we could just extend the casting like 6 times and
Oh
pass
no,
it.
that was in
Yeah.
character. Carol doesn't know how magic works.
You just gather up in a little circle and we'll all hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
I'm not very good at singing there.
I thought you'd be one for the dulcet tones of, smooth jazz.
Fine. Here, listen to my rendition of soothing whale noises.
Ooh.
Hmm. Could probably do
I'm just
those.
I'm gonna do my cat.
Eh.
Cat's the whale. I've never heard that.
That's the whale noises. There you go. I think it's positive energy, invigorate, and multi-target.
Excellent.
So I think it's 5d8 plus EM. So 5d8 plus 5 to 3 people. And I'll do that twice.
Sounds good. Roll up your bean footage.
My stamina is
Ooh.
all kinds of jacked up right now. Same with my luck. I have too much luck and too little stamina.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Wah. Yeah. Ooh.
29 on the first and 27 on the second. I lose
Is
a
that
good chunk of mana.
Who's getting what there?
First
Mr. Healer?
one's going to Chime, Leopold, and Mashin or whatever.
Malik.
Malk. Thank you.
So you three
Second
heal
one
29.
is going to Chime, Jermaine, Harold.
All right, 27
I
to Jermaine, Harold, and Chuck.
I don't think this is working.
And we're doing a rest here, is that right?
No. Are we doing
A
a
short
rest?
rest?
Do y'all think we can prep for an hour? Or vamp or like camp
Oh,
out here for an hour?
I can prep the site for an hour if you want. I can sit here and throw out some corn and.
Oh, well, that's because I didn't heal you.
Oh,
I think we can kind of, if we need to.
because the elephant's got the net.
Yeah, I think if we just kind of like set up, we should try to find a good spot though to do the whole, trap thing. Like any of these spots really look right to you, Hale?
Yeah, like right here. He'll point to the center. You sit right there. We look for tracks on where he's coming from, either from down that way or up this way, and then we just get around these ridges and we take him from above if we need be, um, or we could find a hiding place and
I,
behind where we currently are.
I
And we
could
just
make
set corn along the road.
Harold look like another cockatrice, and then you set the trap in front of him, and then it straight charges him probably. So I can try to guide it into whatever trap you set, along with whatever fucking corn. Oh, my fucking bones.
You look pretty, you look pretty good right now.
Yeah, but the memory of the pain, oh my goodness.
You know what, I'll just spend another one. We're gonna get Moloch, Harold, and Hale.
Hey,
Gather up, gather up, gather up.
this is how magic works.
Wow.
Wow,
Whoa. There you go.
Ikamboku.
Oh my god. The words are working.
Oh yeah, that's who this person is, cousin. It's the healer that you said that you hired.
Oh yes, and don't expect me to ever do this while we're under threat and I can't focus.
I can make up the lack, the holes here and there. I know some restorative magic myself.
Why was I doing all of this?
Look at you.
Chime, I had my worries that you weren't a team player, but look at how you took care of all of us. You're so great. And he'll give you a hug.
Give me the sense motive after that hug.
Oh yeah, I am that's the thing. My empathic telepathy is always running.
Chai was real close to attempting to rip out your throat, but just kind of stands there and takes it. There was death there.
Hey guys, look. It's still not above still not above a 10.
Oh no, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, it's fine. She loved it.
I mean, I could spend an action just to get the, to focus on it if I really have to.
If you don't want to fail, I don't care.
No. He thinks that you're his friend.
Hey, that's not nice. Scourge.
Sturge!
Don't worry about it.
I have to go. I have to go chase after that cat that was yelling at me. But Travis just gonna fucking brood.
Alright, as you guys brood, you were able to take a short rest without issue.
Yay! Boop, 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 boop.
The gods are kind upon us this day.
I need to update my luck macro, or my short rest macro to give me luck.
Can I dig a hole while they short rest?
Sure.
I'm gonna dig it in the middle of the road here.
How deep are you wanting to dig?
Just something that would like trip a larger creature.
Okay. Doesn't take you too long. Just a partial part of the
I would assist, because I don't need to rest after our whale singing.
Yeah, I have mason's tools, blacksmith tools, render's tools, whatever we need. Miner's tools.
Mining.
Yeah.
I also have mining tools.
Would I be able to
Me.
meander? Actually, I'll do that later. I was gonna say, we should probably meander back down. Oh, Raph didn't have any of our equipment on him, right? He just, had his equipment.
He
so
had his
we don't
equipment. You guys did not give him anything that I'm aware of.
Cool.
Yeah,
Then
piled it
no
on
reason
me.
to. Yeah, no reason to loot the body yet.
Hell, it's just where we're planning on setting our trap.
Yeah. So if we just like, put some corn over here, put some corn over there.
Here, I've checked my bags. I've got some bear traps in there.
Oh, nice. Bear traps. Those
You
would be
see
useful.
three bear traps.
You look up and see Harold looks like a cockatrice now. Actually, how much of a cockatrice can I make him look like? Because I know the thing says for a cosmetic. I'm not sure if that applies to his limbs now look like he has the snake tail and the bat wings
I
and
kind
the
of,
rooster head.
if you could just do the face, I think that's like, like the birds that kind of like puff up their wings to make the front of them look like another
You know what?
creature.
Your elephant ears are gonna be the wings, and then the
Yeah.
trunk is gonna be the face.
Hey, I
And
can
then, yeah.
I can give him a natural weapon, and I can give him a snake tail.
Oh my god.
God.
Leopold would shout out. Oh, don't forget the net.
We got
Bear
that
trap
right
right.
here.
Who's good at throwing nets? Oh, me.
No, you put it on the ground and then we'll pull it.
We need like a pulley then.
No, he dug the hole. You put it over the hole,
Oh,
so it gets
Oh.
tangled in the net and the hole.
Wouldn't we have to cover it with branches and leaves, possibly, then?
Well, that's what the camouflage net on top of the net is for.
You
One is to hide it.
You mean this little hole right here?
Well, Hale said it could catch the.
wouldn't it
thing.
make more sense to put the net at the mouth of the cave and then like make a mating call or something outside?
Well, I'm not getting that close. Are you?
I mean, I could
Eventually.
make a sound of, but I don't.
Oh, we heard one
Lord.
cawing earlier before we almost died.
I mean, I could replicate that. Let's gotta think about it.
Well, why don't we have it come to us rather than going to it?
Yeah, I could get already be. I don't know how deep that cave is.
The books talk about controlling your environment. When you're in control of every aspect of your environment, that is when you know exactly what to do and how to do it.
My lord, if I can offer some insight.
Oh,
Lord,
yes, Harold. Sorry. I was distracted for a moment thinking about the book that I read.
This beastie has wings. It flies.
Well, no, y'all said it was a chicken. I've never seen a chicken actually fly. I've seen them glide.
Well, it's a chicken beastie, but it's also a snake and a dragon.
A dragon?
Specifically, not a dragon.
Well, it has a breath of necrotic sort of energy. It blasts. So it's not. It's like a whelp of a dragon, if anything, but no, not draconic.
My point still stands, my lord. It's Do
I mean,
we have any
chickens
means
can
of
get
taking
too
it out
high.
of the sky?
I can throw the net. I'll keep the
Yeah.
net then.
Here's a
That'd be-
question: does prone, the spell keyword, how does that work on flying creatures?
Prone, in terms of flying creatures, would just kind of like knock them out of the sky.
Ooh.
So it's kind of like in 5e, if you knock a creature's flying prone, they just begin plummeting.
I could cross up its its coordination, make it fucking just trip itself up. If it's not too far. If it's 50 feet or more, then I can't get it down.
I'm gonna lay the net down over the hole, and then
The big net.
yeah, and then just start spreading corn everywhere.
All right.
Oh, taking to it
Oh,
here.
it's over here, right?
Yes, sir.
I can only sustain one spell at a time, right?
Yes, one spell at a time. I think there's a few things that let you do more, but yeah, just one at base.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm hoping for is, we can get off some pot shots when it's in the, or it'll get somewhat flustered if it hits a bear trap. If it goes into the net and we pull the net, it should get it entangled and the hole trip it. And probably maybe fall into another bear trap. Hopefully, kind of hold it there for a little bit. If not, we just run over and clobber the shit out of it.
I like the idea. Harold,
Yes, my lord.
do you mind? Well, actually, how can you see how well rooted this tree is? Because maybe we can also drop the tree on it.
One moment, my lord.
The vision of another life. Dropping a tree on something.
Yeah, I feel like I've done this before too in a Sage game. I don't think this ambush thing has ever worked for me.
This ambush thing has never worked for me.
The ambush. No, it worked whenever we dropped the. When I caught the tree that was dropped on me.
Yeah, but you got ambushed and you dropped the ambush tree on somebody else.
That.
Yeah, I think that counts as an example of it failing.
But it's okay, guys. You have an illusionist.
Yeah.
Of course it's gonna work. Wink, wink.
This is roleplay, dog. It's not
It's
supposed
a-
to work.
It's a chicken wing. How
Alright.
how well rooted is this tree?
I'm gonna try to uproot this tree.
All right. You can give me
But
a strength
not
check.
completely.
Not completely. You can give me a strength check.
Would that be under?
I believe it's just straight up strength on the campaign tab. Just STR ability checks at the top.
Boom.
All right. Beginning to like push forward, trying to rip this thing from its well, deep rooted system, but not all the way. It looks and feels fairly in place. However, as you begin pushing and pushing, you begin to hear a creak, and it begins to loosen up, and it begins tilting, and you hear an ominous snapping sound from deep within. You believe, well, even though it looks like it's in place, the recent earthquake and rock slide has loosened it, making it easier than it would normally be. You think you have successfully got to a point where if someone were to strike it with a solid enough hammer or trunk slam or a lumberjack axe, it would tumble down.
The lumberjack axe is good. That's vengeance right there.
What if
You
we
gotta
tied a
use it.
rope to the tree? So if the thing gets caught in the rope, then the net will drag the tree after it like a ball and chain.
Sounds like a good way to have a Rube Goldberg failure to me, but no, I like it.
You know, maybe
Job's
that
done,
tree
my
would hit
lord.
another one of us. You know,
Thank you,
yeah, let's
Harold.
not tie a rope to it.
So I just want to clarify this as someone who has done ambushes before. While it may feel very good as someone who is of the spellcasty kind to be further back, ambushes pretty much only last until they don't. So if you are far out and hiding, there is a chance that you are the person that is spotted and being far out will die.
I'm just gonna hide in one of these little bushes.
Jermaine, come up here with me.
So my suggestion is stay close. That way, if the ambush does fail, it is easier to save you when you eventually get attacked.
Jermaine and I will be up here, ready with the tree. I would like to stand like here, but the lighting won't let me see them. So, is it okay if I stand here, DM? And
Yeah, what we could do is just unsnap you to grid. Is that what you're wanting to see?
well, no, I literally because I'm guessing I'm above them, right? So I
Oh
should.
yeah,
Be able
you're on higher elevation. That's why.
Yeah,
Let
I
me go
can't see
adjust the
down.
BBL for you. That should help.
Yeah.
How tall is this little ridge of rock with the tree?
Over top the current area you're at, like on the road there, it's maybe about like 10 feet above.
Ah,
But let me just go and give you some more VBL so I can boost that a bit further for you.
There we go. Perfect. Now I can actually see the road.
Alright, so just so I understand our plan here, my lord. I'm going to look like one of them beasties and make some noises. And they're going to
Right.
step in a trap, and we're going to throw a net on them and drop a tree on them. And then we're going to crush
Yes.
them.
And all of y'all will jump in and do what you do.
Excellent plan, my lord.
Well, it's not just mine. I think everyone pitched in something to it. Like Chime said something about the hole, and Hale dug the hole and set the bear traps, and Jermaine's making you look like the thing, and you helped with the tree, and I'll be cutting down the tree, and cousin is
Okay,
the
enough
one.
blowing smoke up our ass. Let's get on with it.
Exactly. Let's. All right. Just remember, Harold, the bear trap is here, and you want to, you know, I would say stand to where you can see the cave mouth and make a noise.
well, how about this? Where's the cave again? Where is
You
it's?
look
Over there.
forward and you can
Don't you
see the
see?
entrance right there.
All right, let's 45 feet from me is this.
Ooh.
So can I cast a spell that has the option to sustain but not sustain it?
Yes, you can choose to not sustain it, and it'll
So
immediately
that
go to
wouldn't
the duration.
break a previously sustained spell.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna hit him with that sound cantrip.
No.
I'm going to do my best to replicate an an angry little cockatrice, being like, "Wah!"
All right. Make me a nature check to see if you can replicate the sound.
Oh no!
I'm also going to hide here.
Roll me self checks for those who are hiding.
I suppose I should try that too. Actually, I lied. I'm invisible because I'm a tricky little guy.
Hmm.
Nature is an adventuring skill.
Well, we can. Hale and Chime, where'd you go?
Standing behind this rock, obviously.
I feel crazy because I don't
have
see
this rope in my hand.
nature in adventure.
It's under knowledge. Just the knowledge.
Oh, it's knowledge.
Yeah, just knowledge.
I'm fucking hot with knowledge.
And you're
should
just
be
invisible,
another.
Jermaine?
Yeah, from the vanishing trick talent.
Excellent, excellent. I will still need your invisibility, or your stealth, but I'll just adjust it appropriate.
Okay. I feel like that should also be higher, but I'll figure that why nothing is correct later.
Oh, well, that doesn't look nice.
All right.
That's how many
Scrap!
consequences are in that.
Scrap!
So just to confirm, you guys have bear trap, small hole with like corn
With
chicken feed
nets.
nearby it, with a
With
net
net
over
and
top
corn-
hiding it.
Yeah.
There is a
Good.
giant herald disguised as a cockatrice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For the disguise, I will need a disguise check for herald. Whoever put the disguise on.
I put an appearance spell, so
Oh.
I suppose that would be me.
Yes, I will
Do
need
I need
a
to-
illusion check instead. Then.
Very good.
I gave him a snake tail. Not sure what.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Well, then
so
you will have advantage
there's-
because there's an actual snake tail.
Oh my god, we got actual physical prop of special effects. Okay,
This
advantage.
wizard's amazing. He gave him a real snake tail.
All right.
Roll 20. Finally,
Hot
we have
damn.
good roll.
All right, Harold, you are a giant chicken right now. I'm going to do something for you.
I'm pursuing a problem. The cockatrice comes out and it's like, holy shit, that cockatrice is massive. Fuck this.
No, it's mating season. It has to fight for its honor.
Look at the tail on that guy. Holy fuck.
Wait a second, guys.
Hold up. 50-50. Did he make him a lady or a man?
Wait a second, guys.
Somebody roll that D100.
I wanted
Let's see
it to
here.
be a male, but I don't know what one
Well,
of them
looks like it's a
necessarily
male
looks like.
then. Well, if you wanted a male, you just assume a rooster in that case, with
I'd give
a
him the
serpent's
whole
tail.
the red fringe and all that shit.
Mhm. All
Aren't
right.
you the cock on the wook?
Bogok.
Here we go.
Where's Harold's Jermaine?
Make more whale sounds. I think that was working.
I think it's working.
Moment, as I am trying to get this image made for you, but I'm a banana.
We got, a hot Photoshop dropping.
I like the fact that despite how terribly our trip on the mountain went, our plan is going way better.
I think it was Raph holding us back. Did you notice how we failed every single check until he died?
That is true.
Cousin, make note of Raph being unlucky.
Oh God.
No
Cousin,
children shall be named Rev henceforth.
was Raph one of your siblings?
Oh.
All right. Well, I was trying to get it to work, but it's not working with me, so I'll just do this instead. I was trying to be fancy, but instead, I'll just make you a chicken.
Let's go.
Oh, that's so cool.
He's so big.
I was trying to use my disguise macro, but I have to figure out why it's not working right now. Because that will let you keep the chicken as something you can just change into whenever you wanted, but it's fine. Anyways, as the disguise giant Harold Groom, the rooster, the cockatrice roost, appears there, it is not too long thereafter when you begin to hear the faint sound of scuffling stones. Looking up from your hiding spots, you would notice kind of trotting down from the cave skulking low as if trying to stealth forward, a cockatrice, a large chicken of strange appearance, almost demonic in nature, long bat-like wings that seem to unfurl, give the monstrosity a truly horrifying visage. And though its body for the most part is featherless, there are long, vibrant colored and fading crimson red tip feathers drawn from it. Its tail is that of a living, coiling snake that seems somewhat agitated as it's twisting around as if a mind of its own ready to strike at a moment's notice. As you notice it drawing ever closer, hopping forward to the cliff face here, just to the north, it kind of gets down low, hops down into the grass here, and peering out from the bushes, looking out towards the large Harold Groom rooster, you can see within its eyes a sense of pure hatred, as just a tiniest hint of intelligence seems to be behind them as well.
Would sound be considered a hostile action?
Sound? No.
Well,
Scrah! As Harold Groom, the cockatrice sound rings out. Your knowledge nature was a 13. It's what you think is as probably what a cockatrice would sound like. Regardless, it seems to work as the cockatrice leaps out, going in an angry challenge in response to Harold's challenge. They begin kind of kicking the ground with their large claws, not noticing Hale at the moment. Perhaps, thankfully, because you are right there. And it's purely focused on the large Harold Groom. It begins sweaving its tail back and forth. It begins rising up, making itself as large as it can as it begins to flap its large bat-like wings, trying to get bigger, even though you are definitely more than double its size. It is going to try to intimidate you, try to make you shaken from how it's doing this angry display. You can give me a composure check.
Keep your composure.
Yes. Failure.
For some reason, this chicken, this angry demonic chicken, is actually giving you a moment's pause as you try to let loose your own angry chicken cluck in response, but it comes out more of like a as you almost take a step back, not intentionally, but the chicken realizes it. The cockatrice sees this backing down and begins to charge as it runs directly into the bear trap.
Let's go.
Let's see if it is able to avoid it. It gets an evade check.
maybe with disadvantage because it's so focused.
All right, let's see here. Da.
Nope.
Hot
that-
shit.
Hey, there's
As-
a positive to
The bear trap slams shut, barely avoiding the cockatrice as it manages to, just with the extreme speed of this demonic beast, flies through it and beyond as it begins to continue its charge, potentially getting struck by the pit as it gets another evade check. All right. The pit is definitely hidden. I was just going to do the traditional pit DC. So, the one who dug the pit, I need you to tell me what your intelligence modifier is.
Oh, that's me.
What'd you get on your SAT, bud?
3.
3. All right. That would put the DC at 15, which means the chicken would fail as it falls a leg into the pit, snaggled by the net that surrounds it. Its leg does get kind of caught into the pit as it is considered entangled and held in place. At this point in time, roll me initiative.
But that worked, guys.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, that worked.
Never happened.
That's never happened before.
All this-
Alright,
all
so I
this-
rolled 3. Roll 3.
What the fuck? I rolled a 22.
I rolled a 3.
Jeez, have a 12 to initiative. You're so powerful, cousin.
All right. Before anything else begins, I have added combat music up for us. So, the cockatrice has marked you, Harold, as its challenger. He will focus its attention upon you. I receive a +1 bonus to attack rolls and saves made against effects that you produce or attack rolls I make against you. However, everyone else gets a plus. It's effectively a +2 to attack it. Mechanically, I have -2 AC, but +2 attack for everyone else for ease.
Nice.
Because I have marked you as my challenger. Additionally, because it is the mating season and you are a challenged threat to my mated companions, I deal an additional dice worth of damage on all natural attacks and bypass 4 points of DR. Finally, you're in my territory, so I get an additional +1 to attack, AC, and all adventuring skill checks while defending my territory. So, I effectively have a +2 to hit you, or +1 to hit anyone else. That is the core things that will begin with this creature. But combat will begin with hail. As the cockatrice boss fight begins.
Flanking, bitch. And I will hit him with my hammer.
Excellent. Alright,
Are you
stepping into
flanking?
flanking, you would indeed be flanking as you see the cockatrice before you. I believe this is the first proper combat for you guys, since the rat one was more of a introduction running. Alright, you swing your hammer down as the chicken kind of whips its snake tail back and bites at your hand. You have to pull back at the last moment to avoid being pierced by the venomous snake face. The creature avoids the attack as that is a miss.
Oh well, recharge and we go again next time.
Alright. You do have another basic action. As an unbound, you have 2. You could push the attack to strike again, but this push the attack would put you at a -3 to hit.
Okay, I'll push the attack.
Excellent. The way to do that is you just say what attack you're doing, and you just, instead of saying first, you just say second. Should be like one of the top options on there.
Yes, sir. And then what's the bonus to attack?
Effectively, you have a +2 to hit me because I am challenging Harold. Alright, that hammer will crash down upon the cockatrice. The cockatrice will try to parry as the snakehead will whip out and try to avoid the attack. I have to roll a natural 20 to parry this because you rolled way too high for me. Yeah, because of a +7. Yeah, no. Okay, the snakehead is unable to whip around in time to prevent the second slam as the hammer just crashes down upon its back. The creature lets loose a low as pain from the hammer crushes into it. That is 22 bludgeoning, reduced by my DR, bringing that down to 18, and 6 fire damage. However, the creature seems to be resistant to fire, strangely enough. The fire, which you were expecting to burn and rip at the flesh of it, seemed to only cause light, mild singeing.
Is this untyped DR?
It is natural DR.
I have a weak point which bypasses untyped.
Gotcha. So, basically it's the same thing. Equal to your rank bonus and the hammer skill, so you'd have bypass 2. Okay.
Yep.
So I would reduce my DR by 2, so instead of suffering 18, I would suffer 20, plus 1 fire, so 21 damage. Caw! The cockatrice seems wounded by the blow.
That's me. Or no, can I do tactics, I believe?
You,
That's the one?
one of the things I do, in base unbound, it is a basic action to make a knowledge check, but one of the things I do is I allow a free skill check every round. As long as it's, not like, kind of make a free weapon attack or a free stealth check or something like that.
Okay.
Or, not stealth, free, basically if it's mechanical, like, can I bull rush it, then, or like, takes time, like, manipulate device to pick a lock? No. But if it's knowledge check, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do a knowledge. Is this the normal size for a cockatrice that's a male?
Give me a nature check.
No, I have no
You're
idea.
not sure. Alright, from there we go to Malik.
Okay.
The creature seems to be unaware of your presence and is flat-footed against you.
Okay. Well, how far away is it?
Creature is 30 feet away.
Okay, and I think just... Oh, it's already engaging combat. Malik will begin moving, and will simply do an attack once he gets there. Just thrust forward with his rapier.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, let's go.
The creature will try to parry that again because it's a natural 20. He has to roll a natural 20 to parry. He is unable to parry. As
Okay.
the piercing rapier will slam into its side, piercing through its flesh, causing 26 piercing damage. That is confirmed crit. Additionally, because it's piercing with a critical rating of 1, you ignore 1 point of my DR. So 26 minus
go.
3, reduced to 23 damage.
We take those.
This creature is heavily wounded once more. It is noticeably hurt, bleeding profusely from the wound. It seems to be haggard fairly heavily, just not doing well.
A nice hit beneath the wing, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright, Jermaine, it is your turn.
So weakened condition that reduces its damage,
Yes.
and then I think sickened also gives stuff. What is it called? Reduced action as well. Forget.
So Sickened is active reduction 1, which reduces AC and attack rolls, and then Weakened 2, which is damage reduction.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so active reduction specifically for full wording is... Or sorry, I was wrong. Not AC. Skill checks. Attacks and skills. It's dire reduction, which is everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Just double check my spells. And then dazzled is just let's see.
Dazzled is active reduction 1. So -1 to attack and skill checks.
All right, we're just gonna give it the good old sicken as I conjure an illusion of dead snake tails in front of it
Mm.
to make it nauseous.
Alright, so that is a mind save.
DC 16.
The creature seems to resist the effect, to focus on its anger towards Harold.
Wait, is that the full amount? I think probably. Yeah, I think at apprentice level I can only hit 16 max. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then I vanish back into invisibility with vanishing trick.
Excellent.
Damn. Quit the fucking chicken.
The cockatrice has gained initiative. The cockatrice, you will hear, let loose a most loud and rumbling macaw. And vengeance and hatred. The creature will look out towards all of you. And with that, we're gonna begin with murdering this giant rooster that's hurting my my territorial, preferences. So, the chicken will begin with a bite as it begins to peck at your flesh, Harold.
This will go just fine.
It will be unable to find purchase as your thick elephantine hide is just covered in, well, chicken disguise. It will follow up with 2 claws as the talons of its back feet will kick out towards you. That one will find purchase. You can try to parry, but you need a natural 20.
I will definitely try to parry. Don't think I'm very good at this. Whatcha?
That is not parried as the claws are able to dig past your flesh, dealing 10 points of slashing damage.
Is there any DR penetration?
And I do have penetration because of the mating season. I reduce your DR by 4.
Nice. Sorry.
Also, I forgot about the bonus dice, so that would be an additional D10. That'd be additional 6 damage. So 16 bypass 4.
Is that after being doubled on crit or before?
That's before.
It didn't confirm.
I didn't confirm the crit.
Oh, I didn't see that. No.
15.
It's hard to hit this guy.
Yeah, Harold's a beefy boy. AC 22.
That's why we use him as bait. I mean, he protects us.
There we go. I think I did that. Yes, it worked out.
Oh yeah,
He's
10
the
DR.
tank.
Hot damn. 14.
He's the tank smile.
All right,
Don't hit.
Solid Slam. That is my first claw. I will strike at you with a second claw now, which will slam towards you, but you're able to avoid its brunt, as a 19 is a miss. As finally, the tail will whip around and bite at Hale,
Ooh.
Don't do that.
which will miss. The creature will then look out towards you, and unable to move because of its entangled nature, will look out and go and breathe forth a noxious breath.
Oh.
Ew.
Gross.
And that is just a shame. I can't get 2 of you in this.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna breathe on you, Harold. So, I need you to give me
That perfect position.
a body save.
Body save, alright.
Yeah, we're actually perfectly positioned to dodge one of it, each of us.
Yep.
Can I add some luck to that?
Yes.
Is that a thing I can do?
Yes, you can. You can spend
I
one of your
have
luck
a-
point to add your luck modifier to the total.
God, that's so good on saves.
I'll do that. Is there a macro for that, or do I just?
I
Yeah,
believe there's a
it's-
macro for it, yeah. Just says
Yeah.
luck point or something like that.
Yeah,
the
spin
campaign.
luck. It reduces it, and then you just tell them.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, that is now a 16 because your luck modifier is 2. Bringing that to a successful save. You resist the damage. You suffer half of what I roll. 11 necrotic damage as the noxious breath breathes upon you. That is both my basic actions. I still have a quick action, however. With surprising speed, the cockatrice will use its Apex Hunter ability to make another bite attack as a quick action. As it will strike out towards you once more. Alright, this time I'll remember to add my bonuses from territorial and whatnot. I'll just add that right now.
Mating season, territorial.
Yeah. Alright.
Get off me, you chicken beast.
17 is a miss. But that is all my actions as we continue on to Leopold.
Leopold, always the team leader, will point at it and say, "That cockatrice is the priority target!" And you all get a +2 tactical bonus to attack that target.
Nice.
So everyone gets a +2, another +2 to hit it.
Wow.
And then I'll use my other basic action. Question, DM.
Yes.
If I'm cutting down the tree, am I making an attack at the tree? Or...
Yes.
Okay. So I don't get any of the bonuses to the tree.
And I sure hope this only hits Harold and Hale and not Malik.
It's like gonna fall like this way, right? So
Hopefully.
yeah.
Surely.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you know,
You're
I'm gonna
lucky.
use-
You're lucky.
trees
I'm
always
using-
fall in a straight line, right
You know
down.
lumberjacking, right? You've got the lumberjack skill.
Nope. Am I flanking the tree? No. Am I raging? No. Do I count as having high ground on the tree?
No.
Is this tree the
Okay.
same level of me?
Am I wild attacking?
No.
Am I power attacking? No bonuses. Wait, does it being fine give me a bonus or no?
No. It would give you a bonus on your lumberjack check, which I'll be having you make directly after this to see if you get it to where you want it to land.
Alright, cool. A 14 to hit the tree.
All right, the tree, the axe slams on the tree, making a solid crunch as you hear the sound of the tree snapping as it does loosen and break. Roll me a lumberjack check with +1 to see if the tree lands where you want it to go.
So it's fine and lumberjack. So is it just a flat +1 or is it a fine or well crafted?
Well crafted gives it a +1 bonus, which is where that +1 is from.
Okay. It's just an int +1 for me.
Yep.
So that's a 10.
Yep.
I'll spend a luck point to make that a 13.
All right. Hold a moment. Will I go?
So lucky.
The D100 gets slightly nicer.
See, I imagine it will at least fall in this direction.
No.
Yeah.
What happens is this is where Nerp uses the villain point to take 3 of us out. No.
That's right.
I can only use
Honestly,
villain
that'd be
points
another-
on creatures of lethal or a higher rate. Unfortunately, a
Oh.
cockatrice is only major. If you're one
Yeah.
ranking higher, I would be able to do it.
The tree somehow or another is cut so cleanly that it stands up and then falls sideways and rolls horizontally down the hill.
All right.
Yeah, I was hoping that it like hit sideways, bumped, and then just knocked all 3 of us out, and the cockatrice ducked it.
Yeah, everything taller than small is taken out
So,
by the tree.
that tree is unfortunately built into the map, but this tree, which I just dropped, I will use in its stead.
Ah!
As you crash it down, falling, fortunately because of the luck, in a direction you want it to. As it begins to tumble down below, the cockatrice gets a evade save. Harold, because of your size, you will be slapped by some of the looser branches, so I need an evade save from you as well, but you would suffer less damage than the cockatrice would. If you fail. God damn, this cockatrice is popping off. Alright, the cockatrice would avoid the brunt of the tree, able to jump... Oh, wait, no, I have entangle.
It's entangled. Get wrecked, cockatrice.
The cockatrice is unable to avoid the tree slashing down into it. As it suffers 25 points of crushing damage.
Holy
Yeah!
The cockatrice is heavily injured, near death, not in good shape. As the tree crashes into its back, you hear a sickening crunch. It is barely holding on to life. Alright, and then Harold, I do need your evade save as well.
I rolled it. I rolled a 12.
Oh, I'm just fucking blind. There it is. Alright, with
just
a
looked
12,
like
the trees, the edges of the tree would slap into you, cutting into your sides a little bit. You would suffer 14 points of crushing. They rolled really high.
And this doesn't.
Crushing ignores
My-
DR.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Alright. There we go. Anything else for your turn, Leopold?
That is my... Leopold will jump for joy and be like, it worked!
Alright, Harold, it's your turn.
All right.
Unfortunately, the cockatrice does now have cover from the tree. But I'm also really squishy right now because of all the damage I've suffered.
Yeah.
And
Just need to check
Harold has
something
an-
real quick.
It's time to trim the hedges.
Yeah. So I have my tusks and I have a tail now. So I'm going to do my. Actually, I'm going to make a check.
Mhm.
Does this look like the cockatrice that was described to us at very early on was this large creature,
Yes.
flying overhead and all that. Does this look like something that would be construed as a large, dragon flying overhead, or is this like just a small one and there's another one somewhere else?
Its wings definitely look draconic in nature. It's possible the person who described it described in the way that like someone who does no idea what they actually saw would describe it, and like kind of tall-tailed it. But it definitely is way smaller than what they described.
Might have
Okay.
been flying in the sun and they saw the shadow and being like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
Or this is
well,
the small one.
in any case, it's gonna get the tusks.
Mhm.
You have
And,
you have an additional +2 to hit. Don't forget.
miscellaneous bonus to attack. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. It's been a while since I've done this, so I need to make sure I'm doing it right. I can wild attack on anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
He's so angry.
All right. Is that including your bonus from flanking? Doesn't look like it.
No, it's not.
Okay, so that would be an 18 because of flanking. Is that? I assume that's also not including Harold's or Leopold's bonus of +2 from slap the shit out of it. So-
No, I added the +2.
You did have that
in
one.
the-
So,
in the
so
back.
18 for flanking then, which is what's missing. With an 18 that just barely manages to strike towards it, it will use a defensive action to try to parry. And I really fucking tried, but the tusk will gore to its side, piercing through it. As the creature is pierced into the heart, it begins to try to struggle, and then falters, its wings going limp as you have pierced all the way through its body to the other side. Creature seems to be slain by your tusk. We're still in initiative, however.
My god, the combat music hasn't stopped.
Folks, I don't think that one was the big one that was out eating the plants out in the farm.
I don't think he could cut a man in half either.
Are you saying this could be an offspring?
Are you saying I get to look at more than one corpse?
It is mating season.
I don't think they have live births, do they?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look up towards the cave entrance to see if there's any commotion.
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Just him or anyone else?
We're still in initiative, so just them.
Gotcha.
All right. Looking up to the cave entrance, you do see that there are shadows kind of dancing inside the cave. There are more creatures in there, and one of them does appear to be somewhat bat-like and winged, so you believe there's at least one more cockatrice. More than that, however, because you rolled a 19, you begin to feel a slow rumble beneath your feet, which you thought was originally because of the crashing tree, but you realize it's almost as if yet another earthquake is happening, yet another rock slide, as the ground is rumbling beneath your feet beyond what the tree caused.
Oh, there's something coming, and I see another one up there.
All right, that was your two basics, as the shoops and the whoops. Would you like to move? Or not two basics, basic and free skill.
I'll move. I'll just move up here.
All right.
Just a bit closer to get a better look at what's coming.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Chime, it is your turn.
It's already dead. What can you do? Yeah, somewhat awkward. I'm not quite sure what to do in this situation.
He did say there were more in the cave. You heard that.
Yeah.
There's also an earthquake going on.
Yeah.
Perhaps you
Yeah,
fancy the high ground and a sturdy rock.
since we're going in for the long haul, I probably should have pre-buffed it. Healing's for the weak. Well, I want my other natural weapon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna attempt to cast a spell.
Very good, very good.
Normal, first level spell. Nope. Okay. Oh, that was a spell attack. And
Above that,
abjuration.
you can
What?
see the check was a
It's
12.
just the default
DC is 10.
format.
Yeah.
You gotta edit the macro. or the
9.
intro.
I have +5 to my transmutation, so that would have hit the 14, I believe.
Excellent. All right. So +5, bring it to DC 14 exactly. You would be able to successfully cast your spell.
So Chime gets some bullhorns,
Excellent. As a pair of bull horns appear protruding from your face.
And then Chime will just use full defense,
Excellent. Using your other action to total defense, you have ranks and acrobatics.
Yes.
Okay. That means you gain +3 AC. You can just make an attack and just say total defense on the are you fighting defensively or total offensively, and that'll automatically
Yeah,
apply
I'm doing
it.
total defense down.
All right.
So I should use a fighting defensively?
Total defense.
And that's doing an attack.
Yeah. The attack macro triggers that one on. I should make another macro so you don't have to make an attack to do it, but that's for future me problems.
Yes.
Anyways, from there, we go to the top of the round. Before anything else happens, everyone at this point would hear and feel the rumblings of the earth as slamming out from the rocks beneath you and the dirt beneath your feet. You see what appears to be 2 long, rocky-skinned worm creatures that seem to come in a variety of shades of grays, browns, and tans. Boulder-like protrusions appear along its back, acting as a form of plated stone armor, with the beast covering most of its body, as these 2 large rock worms appear in the area. Alerted by the crashing tree and the bellowing call, they will roll initiative. Alright, Hale, you gain initiative first.
Oh, hey, look, worms. Steps. And, would I be flanking with Chai?
Unfortunately, my total defense removes my threatened squares, so
True.
I will not be
True, so
flanking.
no. It would have been a yes.
If they attack, would I be flanking with them?
If they're no longer total defensing, then you would be, but right now they are just unable to provide any.
That is completely fine. I will recharge my weapon with a quick action because oversized weapon, and then I'll fucking slap this rockworm. Or maybe not. Who knows?
That just bounces off its thick, rocky chitinous plates.
Yes. Basic action. Recharge my thing again.
It slowly turns to look at you.
I
All right.
Get it.
Anything else?
Knowledge check. We gotta do those.
As another nature check on this thing. Let's see here. What is my DC? That just barely hits the DC. What would you like to learn about these creatures?
Um. Abilities?
All right. They are a surprisingly powerful, or perhaps not so surprising, powerful creature, capable of gripping hold of the enemy with their powerful jaws and swallowing them whole, sending them down a gullet of acid and crushing boulders. They have the swallower trait. If they bite you, they can spend a full round action to swallow you. Or sorry, if they have you grappled, they can spend a full round action to swallow you. Once swallowed, you suffer 3d6 points of acid damage at the start of your turn, and breaking 3 requires you to penetrate through their thick flesh, which requires a slashing attack.
Yeah, I got those. So, yeah, don't get swallowed. These guys will eat you. If you have to get out, make sure you have a cutting weapon.
Alright. From there, we go to Malik.
Okay. It's starting to get late, and I have to head off for the night, sadly.
Gotcha.
For my...
No
just
worries.
assume if you want to continue, I'm just gonna hold my initiative, let the others go.
Gotcha. We could just finish this round since it's your turn right now, and then call it there. Or we can just call it here if you want.
I'll do my turn, let the others go, but I'll probably go after. For now, I suppose Malik would probably take some time to cast a spell. Force Armor. I don't think I have a macro for it, but I can just manually do.
Yeah, you can just manually roll.
So that'll be. What do I roll here? Combat? No.
It'd be under magic skills, I believe.
Yes, that would be Conjuration.
Alright, the
Just
spell
enough,
successfully
thank you.
goes off. Nice. As
Okay.
a whirlwind armor of force appears before you, providing you extra protection.
Okay. I think that'll be it. I can't really see much on the map, or don't really have anything in mind to do.
Fair enough. Alright. Since you're popping off because it's getting late for you and you need rest, we can either call the session here or we can continue the round up to everyone else.
I'm okay with either, though I do like doing something on my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think let's go to the end of the round. That way, if anyone had any ideas of what to do with their turn, they'll be able to get that.
Fair enough.
And
Plus, I
then-
need to know if I get swallowed.
It's true.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll be heading off. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, no problem. You as well. Rest well.
Later.
Alright, from there then, we go to the Rockworm, the one who is directly next to Chime, Hale, and Malik. The worm being slammed by the hammer didn't take any damage, of course, but notice being the dwarf there before them will look down, clicking its jaws, as it will rear back and slam forward with the full force of a worm of large size. This is a bite attack. It will try to power attack as well. If I hit, I get a free grapple attempt against you with advantage. I miss. As you just effortlessly slam the hammer, crushing into its side pincers, pushing it to the side, that is a miss. It will use a push attack to strike again. Which will also miss. As once more you just kind of slam it to the other side, the other pincer seemingly taking a little bit of a cracking. In annoyance, the beast will rear back, roaring, and will strike once more with a hungering beast, allowing it to quick action attack you. Which you can do once per long rest.
It's really upset.
20. Does a 20 hit you?
It does. I'm gonna try to parry it.
Excellent.
Skills, parry.
You're able to successfully parry the hammer once more, slamming into the bottom of its jaw, pushing it back into the air, as that is a miss. Creature is very annoyed, but that's all it can do. Jermaine, it is your turn. There's
Can
a
I make
rockworm
my
behind you.
knowledge check first.
Yeah.
I want to see if these things, I just want to learn some stuff, but specifically, I'm curious if they have a tremor sense and my invisibility is gonna do fuck all.
Go ahead. Nature check is what you need. Nature's knowledge is the skill.
Would these things be common to the Underdark?
They'd be fairly common to the Underdark, yeah.
Well, I have some deep gnome cousins.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Fucking rip.
God.
You, whether it's the heat of the moment or something, you just can't quite recall what you know you need to know.
Well, I'm not sure if invisibility is gonna help or not. Where is Leopold on the initiative?
Leopold goes directly after you.
Okay.
I'll
Gotta
be
go,
able to get
boss.
away. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna point at this rockworm, and I'm going to give it the old tried and true. On the last spell, I forgot to roll, even though I only have, I have to roll a 2, like a 1 or a 2 to fail these. But we'll see. That was a mistake. It's like I should impersonate myself.
That does help.
Okay.
Excellent. A successful illusion.
Indeed. Oh, I forgot to save that macro. I'm hitting it with Sicken from close range, giving it the old DC 16 as it gazes into the eyes of other dead rockworms.
Creature seems to shake its head and almost reels back as it is indeed sickened.
Alright, it's gonna be a good old 6 rounds.
Excellent.
Actually, 7? No, I think it's 6. Alright, and then I'm gonna use my movement to be like, I gotta get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not measuring my distance?
I think it's because of the VBL. This VBL tends to break the vision for some reason, which is really annoying, but I'll just fix it.
That's
Alright,
10 feet.
5, 10.
Move,
Can I
move
make
where you
it-
want to go.
Yeah, I'm going where I'm going. I'm just trying to see. Do I have to make a save or anything for 10 feet, or is that soft grass okay for me?
You could just slide down it with a basic acrobatics check.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a
Try
DC
that.
5, so.
You thought he couldn't fail this.
Okay. I don't
Oh.
have a negative acrobatics, but
We'll definitely have to look at your skill, your macro, see why it's giving you negatives. But that's for future meat problems. Right now, that is a success, though, so you slide down with that issue.
alright. I have done my job.
Excellent.
And funnily enough, I haven't broken concentration on this fucking Cockatrice Herald.
Mm-hmm. Leopold.
That's it.
There's a giant rockworm behind you. He is sickened.
What kind of action is a 5-foot step?
It is a free action, but it prevents you from using any other movement for the round.
Since my 5-foot step is a 10-foot step, the stutter step, would that just have me falling down the cliff
Depends on where you go.
if I go to like here?
No, you're still on the cliff at that point.
Oh, cool. All right. What if I go to the like? It's making me do that strangely.
If you want to go here, it's 10 feet, but it's still on the cliff. In fact, if you go here, you would be sliding down.
Okay. The rockworm. Am I technically adjacent to it?
You are technically adjacent to it.
Cool. All right. I will. Yeah. I'll just turn and point at the one down there, and do the thing I do. That's the priority. Kill the one down there first. And as a basic action, and then I will move.
Moving will provoke.
Yeah, I trust my ability to parry. I got a good parry. Yeah, I'll just,
All right.
I'll yabba dabba do down the tree.
With a sudden surge of speed, the rockworm will reel back and go for a bite against you. And will likely miss. As you're able to get away, yabba dabba doing down the tree, sliding down. Roll me an acrobatics check, because you're trying to yabba dabba do.
Of course.
Alright. With surprising skill and acrobatic expertise, you are able to yabba dabba do to the bottom of the tree. You can either hop off on the sides or at the bottom, wherever you want to go. But you are able to slide down.
I'm going right here.
Excellent. Alright, anything else?
No, everyone has a +2 to hit this walk from this
Excellent.
one down here.
Delicious. Alright, the other rockworm has gained initiative. Feeling the tremors within the earth around it, it will feel the presence of Germain and Leopold's movements. Germain, as you are closer, it will surge down towards you, charging you as it does so. As it burrows through the ground and rips through the earth, striking out. As it does indeed have tremor sense. 22 to hit you for 23 damage.
I suppose parry's always free, ain't it?
It is a defensive action. You get at least one.
I'll try.
Also, did it take into account its sickened state?
That should be taken into account, yeah.
Okay.
I normally have a +7, so.
Gonna have to roll 20, I believe in you.
The bite will pierce down into your flesh, ripping into your body, as that is indeed 23 points of physical damage. It's all 3 damage types, technically. Additionally, that is a 11 to grapple you.
Do I roll opposed, or is that CMD?
Roll CMD.
Okay.
As you're able to push the creature's jowls away in the nick of time, avoiding being grappled. That is a charge. I think I used full. Yeah, I did. So both basic actions to do that. I have a quick action left, but I will not use it because I feel happy where I'm at. So, Harold, it is your turn.
You have a bonus to hit this one.
Yeah, but our little mage fellow is about to die to that.
He's
big old
invisible
worm
though. We
thing.
can't see him.
You guys hear his pain cries and would
We
see
don't know where
these
he's at, guys.
flash of blood pouring from the wound that the creature bit. But you don't see anything there.
Hmm. I'm gonna 5-foot step. Oh, I'm not snapped the grid, so this is gonna be kind of awkward.
And we can snap you real quick once you get placed.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah, now you're snapped.
Oh.
Yeah, you're.
How big am I? I forget how big.
There you go. You're large. Your
Okay.
token was not centered, but now it is.
Okay, I've got a reach of 20, I think, on my true reach.
Oh damn!
tusks.
That means the rockworm is in range of you right now, but it does have cover.
Hmm.
I think if you didn't take 5-foot step, you could have hit both of them. You would have been range of both.
Well, I mean, I don't care about attacking the one. I want to get the guy off Awkward or Jermaine.
Give you a buff.
Well, you shouldn't have left our mage.
He left me.
You did move first.
You
can't
told me
see
not to
him.
worry.
I do have 2 attacks
Hmm?
because they're both true reach, as I've found out.
Nice.
But
Also,
I'm
you
going
have,
to rage.
Delicious.
Natural weapon.
Wait, aren't you
There was
still
some-
raging from the last turn?
I didn't.
They didn't rage, just
last
wild
turn.
attacked.
I just wild attacked. So I get some temporary hit points, which is 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to attack that thing. I'm going to attack it with my gore.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, how do I? Oh shoot. How do I do rage?
There's a toggle that says, "Are you raging?" You just hit that checkbox.
Ah, I see it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then there's the macro that says rage, which you can click, which will automatically give you the temp HP, but you already did it, so no need to do so.
Actually, I have another thing. Shoot. For each tile that's within my reach, I get an extra bonus to my damage dice, and my reach of 20 fits all of them, so I get an extra 3. That's on
Very
my
nice.
primitive weapon, or my natural weapons. So, boo-boo-boo. Raging, wild attack. How many boo-boo? Oh, I don't know if I can do that here.
Bonus.
Nerp, is there
Yes.
a way to increase the damage dice within the macro?
Not in the macro, no.
So I'd have to edit it. I can do that quick.
Yeah, I know there's a way to like increase your damage step. So if you would, if you're just adding flat dice, you can just roll this manually.
Oh yeah, damage step. Yeah.
Yeah, three. No, I think 3
I
dice
got
is
it,
better
I got
than
it, I
3
got it.
damage step.
Yeah, they are different. Because damage step would just turn a d6 to a d8, d8 to a d10, and so on.
Raging.
Well, 3 dice
I
would be
think
like
that
3d6.
punching one is an increase to damage step though.
In any case. Oh, what's it? So that's a meaty, chunky gore right there.
Alright, that meaty chunky gore will indeed pierce into the creature's side. We'll try to parry. And we'll be unable to parry as the piercing thrust will crash into its side. Do you have any DR bypass?
I do not.
Okay. Wild attack does give me a -2 penalty to my DR, so my DR is reduced by that. So that would be -8, so 36 points of damage as I am pierced by your gore.
And then I have my tail coming in. Tail is at it's a second attack, is that right?
Yeah, iterative 2.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For my macros, I just build it in that they have the penalty because I know that they're secondary. But that's just because I need to make it easy. All right, we'll strike out towards them. I believe they only have 1 defensive action, but I'm going to double check. They do, so he is unable to try to parry that, as it will just slam to him, whipping into his side as he suffers 20 damage after DR. As he is slain, crashed to the side, faltering to the ground.
Don't worry, little man, I got you.
Alright, anything else?
That was 5 foot. My double thing. I have another basic, I think, because that was just the
all
full
attack basic,
right?
yeah.
I don't think I can I can't move again, right? Now that I've 5 foot stepped.
Correct. You're unable to move after 5 foot stepping.
All right, well that'll be it then, I think.
Alright. Chime, there's a giant worm in front of you.
Yeah, wow. I just watched the other giant worm just kind of. Well, it died.
Consume.
You have a +2 to hit it.
I do.
Mhm.
And you have flanking if you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and one round it too. You know, it look cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be cooler than the elephant that
Yeah.
you're in love
Yeah,
with.
quick shot, quick action, quick action, wild shape or whatever it is called.
Excellent.
Yay, lycanthropy. Give me more claw attacks.
Mm-hmm. This chime begins to turn into a bestial form by natural attacks, providing them murderous. Oh god, that face.
I
Why do
love
you look
that.
like a?
Cat shark.
Why do you
cat
look?
shark.
You look like a puppet.
Yeah, of course. Because she's not very well put together here, guys.
Well, this strange monstrosity suddenly appears as their wear transformation shows this wicked grin as they begin to strike out towards the enemy.
Another one. God damn it! Does it ever?
You're a worm.
Critical! A confirmed crit if I do not parry. I need a natural 20. I do not, as that is 52 points of damage crashing into it. Do you have any DR bypass?
No, I don't believe I have any yet.
Alright, he suffers 42 points of damage after DR, as he is heavily injured. Very, very weak, but he is still alive.
Oh, well, let's see if we can't fix that. Oh, it's on the wrong macro. Let's go for the claw attacks. Biting into it, don't let go. Claw.
Does not confirm, but it will slap, as he suffers 18, reduced to 8 damage. He is barely holding on to life with 3 wounds, but he is still alive. The third
Paired
claw,
claw
or the
attack.
second claw, will slam into it, finishing it off, ripping through its jowls as it falls to the ground. Slain. And combat seems to conclude as the last of them has been defeated.
You know, other basic action. I just want to tear off a bit. Eat it.
Alright, excellent. It is exceedingly tough, gamey, but surprisingly tasty.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, that is the combat. I'll be giving you guys experience in just a moment. I just need to do some calculations for that. But in the meantime, that will be where we call the session, as we'll conclude next time with the delving into the cave and the return back to town. Hope you guys had fun. Hope stream enjoyed it. All that good stuff. If you guys are interested in playing Unbound, you can check out Big Chair Gaming on Blue Sky, or you can check out the Unbound Discord where you can get some books and stuff, and perhaps might join. In the meantime, though, let's do a raid as Kate is streaming some D&D. Yeah, let's give him a raid. But yes. As a side note, next week I might be going camping. I'll let you guys know probably Saturday if that is the case.
But a good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but yeah. In the meantime, I have raided.